Hello, hello, hello. All right. Let's see. Welcome, everybody. Um, all right. If you're new here, I haven't done this in quite some time. It's been like, I don't know, 2, 3 months now since I've done a live show. So if this is your first time, welcome. On my live shows, I try not to be the only person talking because I already do that on TikTok. I do that on Instagram. So if I'm going to be on YouTube, I like a little bit of engagement. And today's topic was going to be Emile Khan, the whole 9 yards. But there's an addition with Trump's recent tweet. We need to talk about geopolitics, what's going on in basically the world. How am I doing? The world is being redivided. The world is being redivided. Yes, I still haven't slept. After this, I'm gonna knock the fuck out. So, but I knew if I had gone to sleep earlier, I would not be able to be awake right now. So it was a choice that I made. All right. So I have sent the invite link. Anyone who I don't know how this goes for now, but yeah, anyone who is interested, please feel free to send an invitation. Also, if I don't get any guests coming on, I'll just go ahead and end it, and I'll just continue talking. Like I said, if I have to talk alone, then I might as well just take it back to the Instagram or take it to TikTok. So the invite link is there. It is what you call it, pinned on YouTube. If you're watching it from YouTube, it is pinned on there. So please feel free to click and join. Let's see. But in the meantime, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna lie. I am a little bit drained. Like, I am a little bit drained. Last day, I would say the last 24 hours has been unreal. The response I've seen from people has been mind-boggling. All right, we have our first guest. Hello, Fatai. Welcome.
What's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up?
I am good. How are you?
Good, 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 man. I appreciate the stuff you've been putting out on online, man. I appreciate that, man. The stuff you've been talking about. It's hard to listen to for people, but it's real talk. Like some of the shit you said about the Almajiri. Even my mom and my aunt, we're in America right now. I live in Texas, and we had a conversation about the Almajiris, like last night, like about how they have just upended the North, and it's all the stuff that's going on. So I'm gonna let you get back to it, but I just wanted to say, hey, appreciate what you've been doing, and it's tough. You're gonna get a lot of pushback, but keep it up, man. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you. And the pushback has been mind-boggling. I never expected to get that. I mean, the pushback came from me mostly when we started, or at least when Trump started talking about going into Nigeria. My mind, for some reason, I didn't even think that far. I just kept thinking, I just kept thinking, when they have troops in Nigeria, it's not going to end well for Nigerians. There's no version of this where United States comes into Nigeria and it ends well. There's no version of that. And I hopefully after this, I'm gonna find that video. Like I said, I was gonna find and upload so you guys can see it. But the president of Niger has accused Tinubu of giving a part of Maiduguri, a town, a village in Maiduguri in Borno State, to the French, and that is a freaking heavy accusation. And it wasn't until I started talking about that there was an initial pushback. But when I was talking about which brings me now, which again is mind-boggling, is like, how do you want to unite and bring down the bad governance if you can't even live with each other in peace? You want a foreign military to come in and murder your cousins, literal brothers, literally people that like I don't. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't know what's on Nigerian media, but I'm like, at least in this day of internet, in this day and age of internet, Nigerians should at least know what's going on in America as far as racism. A country that claims to, you've seen what Trump and his Christianity is doing in America, and you still think that man is willing to bring Christianity to Nigeria. What Christianity? Trump doesn't even. There's videos of him saying, "I like stupid people. Smart people don't like me because stupid people are easy to fool. Smart people don't like me." That means anyone who likes him is not smart. He said it out of his own mouth. There's Nigerians with Charlie Kirk's fucking picture as their profile picture. Charlie Kirk. Do you know who that man is? All of you Nigerians, Charlie Kirk, if he had his way, every last one of you would be in chains, in shackles, in chains in America, picking cotton. Charlie Kirk believed in slavery. He wanted slavery to come back. He wanted them to legalize it again. And they were doing vigil for him. The same man that believed you should be his slave. Y'all were holding vigil for him. Do you know what American Christianity says? White people can own slaves. What is that in your Bible? American Christianity says they can own you. American Christianity says they can own you. These are the same people that you're bringing in. Charlie Kirk 100% believed in slavery. There's videos and videos and videos and videos of him saying it. He wanted to dial back civil rights. So, hello, Bashir.
Assalamu alaikum, senior man.
Hello, alaikum salam. Welcome. So, what do you have to add to the conversation? Which one are you going to? Because we have two topics today, I guess. The initial topic was going to be the Nigerian mentality of waiting, Emiloka and Lokacin zuwa, the mentality of waiting for your turn instead of actually bringing down the government. That was one aspect of it. And the second is now, what you said. Now we have Trump talking about coming to Nigeria, a possibility of coming to Nigeria. And all of this is, I believe, personally, I believe it's because Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger kicked out France, and France's economy has crashed. And France needs to get them back. And
absolutely, I completely agree with you.
That I said it earlier. It wasn't until I started talking. I said Nnamdi Kanu is an agent of chaos. He is paid to create disunity in Nigeria. He has put anyone that brings up Kanu's name for some reason. I just know there's aspects of him that he's not that. Yeah, hello.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. You know, we are still in the third world, so network need the Sorensu. So I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Go ahead. So I'm sorry about that. I was saying, what are you here to do? Which topic do you want to discuss today? Is it France? Oh, we could do both. Well, either way, what do you have to say? I'm curious to hear. That's why that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to talk to every other people, other Nigerians. Let's hear what it is. Let's talk. What's going on?
So from my point of view, about what you talked about, the whole Emilio Con thing, Kagani, I've been following you for a while, and I completely agree. I've always told people these things. The only reason why we are in the situation that we are still in is, like you hit the nail in the coffin, is that everybody in Nigeria, everybody is waiting for his time to become the oppressor. That's why they don't want to rock the boat. Do you understand? So I don't know if this is a forum in which we are trying to provide solutions to Sorensu, but we have a serious fight against us. I'm coming. And then on the second aspect, about Sudan Neko, about Trump coming in. I had a conversation earlier with one of my colleagues, and he said something that, we're able to attach you with um, what they are doing now. And basically, I explained to him that this is a playbook as old as time. The first thing they will do is finance radical elements in any country, try to destabilize that country. They plan in decades, these white people. You understand? They'll try and destabilize it. And then when they do destabilize it, they'll now send NGOs to come and quote unquote, provide humanitarian why when it is just a pretext for them. And that's why I mentioned the Sudan thing earlier. It's just a pretext for them to get inside, you know, the territorial boundaries of a state, you understand, and map out all the solid minerals and anything valuable, you understand. And then what is going to happen now is like the last stage of it. You understand? They are going to cook up and look for a pretext to come and occupy, which is now going back to the whole Christian Zionism, Christian
Yeah, but
massacre thing that is
you
going on
have
in
them
Nigeria now.
literally begging them to come.
Huh?
You have Nigerians literally begging America to come.
And that's our biggest problem. That's our biggest problem. And another thing I also agree with you is, we in the north, I'm Hausa by tribe too. I'm from Kebbi State, Argungu. You understand? We are the major problem in this country. If we can get ourselves right, the entire country will become right. So the issue now is how do we reach out to those people? I don't know if you've ever traveled by road in Nigeria, whatever. You said you've
Last
not
time I was
been
in
here.
Nigeria, I went viral because I had issues with police. Every stop, they kept trying to rob me because of my
Yeah,
dreadlocks. It was,
yeah. Look, my
I want
brother,
to
I
brag and I
understand
didn't
that.
want to drop name. I just wanted to see how it was going to play out as an average person who doesn't know anyone. But it
Yeah.
worked out
So
for me.
back to my point, if you've ever traveled by road in Nigeria, inside like a remote jungle from as in between where you are going, you always see that woman carrying firewood on her head. I like to use that analogy a lot. And if you are really introspective and you pay attention, you'll be like, where is this woman coming from and where is she going? So the point I'm trying to bring out is that our job is to, and it is difficult, our job is to reach out to those people. Do you understand? Because we are like the top 1% of Nigerians. Me now that I can afford to put that and be with you on this conversation. Do you understand? So that is why the task ahead of us is incredibly daunting. I can't afford to give up, but the situation is incredibly demoralizing, to be very
Afford to
honest
give
with
up.
you.
Okay, so if you were
Because
following me on TikTok last year, I was doing lives a lot, and I talked about my own strategy, my long-term goal for what I would do for Nigeria if I had the means. And what I would do is, my thing is, first, before I say that, a big issue we have in Nigeria is a lot of people that come to Nigeria to fix Nigeria, right? Or to do their best to fix Nigeria. Everyone wants to see that change in their lifetime, and that's the first mistake.
oh my God, yes, I
Anything you're
completely
going
agree
to
with
do
you.
in Nigeria, if you want to help, if you want to fix Nigeria, you have to accept that the Nigeria you're envisioning in your head,
You,
it's your grandchildren that will see it.
Allah
Unless you
Mal Berka, not even your kids, not even
unless
your
you
kids.
accept that, you're not
Mm,
going to achieve anything you're trying to do in Nigeria. It's going to be
absolutely.
your grandchildren that will see it because you see everything.
Yes.
This is how you have to look at things, right? A lot of us don't look at things like this. From the moment you have a child, you say you're from the north. Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so from the moment you have your wife has a baby, right? The baby gets to a certain age. She starts moving around the house. At some point, she's going to decide, you know what, this baby needs something to do. She'll pick up an iPad or her phone and she'll hand it to him. And now, the first thing the baby is doing is watching Coco Melon. From Coco Melon, I don't know, whatever little cartoons or whatever they have for kids. From Coco
Yeah.
Melon, gradually, the next stage is Dora the Explorer. From Dora the Explorer, it's Wild Kratts. From Wild Kratts, it's Ben 10. From Ben 10, now you're moving up to the more serious shit all the way to Naruto.
Yeah.
You every single thing that your child has consumed up here is media made by the people that enslaved us.
Our enemies.
Dora the
Absolutely.
Explorer Why the hell is a brown Mexican girl in Mexico teaching Nigerian children about agama lizard that's outside their window?
Allah Malbarka. You
Why
brought the
is a Mexican girl in Mexico teaching Nigerian children about bears when we don't have bears in Africa?
when we don't have bears, yeah.
So
Allah.
the
It's
first thing, if you want to fix Nigeria, right? And I made a video about this, and this is one of my biggest fears. There's a man named Vincent Bolloré. He's a Frenchman. Look him up. There's something called the Bolloré technique. Vincent Bolloré, the Bolloré technique is he's a French billionaire that buys TV stations. He'll pick a liberal neighborhood, a liberal town, a liberal place where everybody believes in, free food for all, free lights for all, a very liberal place. He takes control of that. He will buy the TV station. Within 10 years, Bolloré has turned them into MAGA. They call it the Bolloré technique. Now, do you know one thing about this man, Vincent Bolloré? Vincent Bolloré now owns DSTV. He owns MultiChoice. He owns every single thing we watch in Africa. Every day we wake up, a French man controls what the entire continent of Africa watches on TV.
Wow. I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was
We
that
have
bad.
the youngest generation in the world right now, the youngest generation anywhere. That means in the next 15 to 20 years, we're going to have a bunch of pro-France African children. It's already happening. He just bought it. So start to pay attention to what you see on TV. Everything. He just bought DSTV. He owns everything. Etisalat Africa. He owns it. He owns MultiChoice. He owns everything we watch in Africa, not just Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, South Africa, the whole continent of Africa. A singular white Frenchman decides what we're all going to watch. So my strategy is take back the minds of our children. My focus on children from 5 years down to 12. From birth to 5. Those very, very important years. Those very, very, very important years. The thing is, we need African propaganda.
100% I agree. But then I'm sure you are aware of, if there's another way, enlighten me. But it would be incredibly daunting for us to do it without political power.
Yes, it will be very hard to do without political power, and especially harder to do without money. That's why I have never brought it up, because I don't think any of us, we have the collective to do. We do. Here's the thing. We do. We don't need the money, because here's the thing. Out of the 130,000 people that follow me on Instagram, there's at least 5 illustrators that can do cartoons in their spare time. The problem with us, one of the reasons why there's no black wealth, we have this thing where we always want instant results.
Absolutely.
One of the reasons why there's no blowout of black wealth like that is it is rare to find black founders who are willing to get together and work for 3-4 years
and build something. If not, how about Nigeria would have been producing still.
Hey, you come, let's do this. How you want to pay me? Guys, everybody has to suffer first before you enjoy. You have to suffer first. Sorry, I think someone was asking how to be on the show. You can, Abiodun, you'll see a pinned, if you're on YouTube, you'll see a pinned comment at the top. So go to the top. I have a pinned comment that says, actually, let me just put the link again. Let's copy. Yeah, so we absolutely need I just put the link again. So we need our own media. We need to take, we need cartoons. We need so that when children sit down, we need our own propaganda.
Yes.
And the reason I'm saying this is we're the only people in this world, Black Americans, Africans, Caribbeans, we're the only group of people in this world, Black people, who do not identify with our race first.
Like Alberca. Even
We are
even
only
yesterday, I was talking to my
one.
colleagues about this thing. You need to understand that you are a black man first. First.
And do you know where this hurts most people? Is when you start talking about Islam. They start to go
Allah
Muslim,
Alberca.
the
Cause
Muslim Ummah.
you know our people.
The Muslim
Yenzu
Ummah.
yenzu zasu yankaka.
I
Wallahi.
sh- I had an account that had over 250,000 followers on TikTok. The Somali community got me banned because I said on live, I said, if I am walking right now in America and I see a fight between a bunch of Arabs that I know, we go to the same masjid, I know them, I see them fighting with a bunch of black guys, I'm joining in and I'm joining the black guys.
100%.
So I know all of these guys. And I said, when the fight is over, I'm going to go straight to God and I'm going to say, Ya Allah, you brought me on this earth. You've seen the circumstances I live in America because of my skin tone. So you know I understand why I made that choice. If I was wrong, you are the all forgiving. Forgive me. If I was not wrong, Alhamdulillah. Tomorrow, if I see it, I'll do it again and ask for
You still do it again, senior man. Yes, exactly.
when I
So
said that,
the question
Somali
now
community
becomes
went
the
crazy.
question
They
now
started
becomes
for him account.
yeah,
Sorry.
the question now becomes how do we now like inculcate that mentality into, like that woman that I told you that is carrying firewood in the
That's
middle
what I
of
said. We
the
need to
bush.
start. There's something you can plant in a child. Every single one of us right now, almost all of us, right, in Nigeria, the way we are right now, the way we are right now, it was ingrained in most of us before we turned 5 years old. All
Yeah,
this our
without even
dad,
being
well, a lot of so you have to undo that shit little by little. There was a time I was motivated. I was trying to get people to raise money together so we can go print books, free textbooks, and start giving it to nursery schools in Nigeria. I tried, but I couldn't find people to come
enough.
together. I couldn't find people to come together. I said we will do this. We'll go to Nigeria. We'll give free textbooks. We'll go to every school, make sure every student has one. It will be a nice thick textbook where we'll talk about the history of Africa. We'll talk about a lot of things that should open their mind. We'll talk about geopolitics. We'll talk about do you know how many Africans have never ever heard about the Berlin Conference? For those who are in the chat right now who have never heard about the Berlin Conference, right? The Berlin Conference is what's happening right now again. The Berlin Conference was basically, I think it was like 1920, isn't give me a second.
It
Let me
it
Google it here.
okay. I think it is 65 or something, but
Oh,
just Google it.
yeah, it was 18 sometime in the 1800s.
Yes, it is 64,
Sometime
I think.
sometime in the so basically sometime in the 1800s, the European powers, France, Spain, Portugal, Germany, whatever, they all sat down at a table and they started splitting and sharing Africa like national cake.
Wallahi. They could
That's what
say
the Berlin
Kayan
Conference
Gado.
did. That's so England said, "Oh, we want this area, we want this area, the Niger area," and that's how they got us. The French said, "No, no, no, Sacre Bleu, I want to be in Senegal." French got Benin right next door. British were like, "No, no, no, I want the Gold Coast, Ghana." They literally like Ludo. They were splitting
Carving
up,
up.
and that is literally what's happening again. So here's the thing. There's different ways to fight war. Now, there's this mentality, not a mentality, this is a fact that everybody knows around the world. The only people that don't know it are Nigerians, right?
Mm.
The key to controlling Africa is controlling Nigeria. The CIA has admitted this. The French DGS has admitted this. MI5, every intelligence agency around the world has acknowledged the key to controlling Africa is controlling Nigeria. Once you control Nigeria, you control Africa. If you control Egypt, you control North Africa.
North Africa. Absolutely.
But you control Nigeria, you control all of Africa. Like you got it. You got it. This is, go look this up. So with this fact in mind, Europe does not need China to survive. Right? They need China to thrive. No, listen to what I'm trying to say. They need China to thrive.
Okay.
They don't need China to survive. Europe does not need Malaysia, all these countries to survive. Europe needs Africa to survive.
Africa. Yes.
If Africa
Yes.
stands up, well, there's a European former Minister of Interior that came out and said it. He said, if we don't take care, our children will go to Africa as immigrants looking for work. Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, what they are doing right now is a big, one of the
huge
that Europe has ever seen is the Sahel Alliance.
Look at what happened in France in the space of less than a few months. It's crazy, the dependency. The dependency is crazy.
In 2 months.
Yes, yes, I heard about that.
Each prime minister comes in, the first thing that he has to do is explain to the country how he's going to get them out of economic turmoil, how he's going to help the economy. Here's the problem. France doesn't have resources. France doesn't have anything. France's economy is Africa. Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. Here's uranium. Uranium used for Mali, sorry, Niger. France got 75% of its uranium from Niger.
Uranium. They use it to power the entire country.
So France, the city of lights, is powered by uranium from Niger. From Niger, I believe it's like two. I don't know. Let me check and see cost of uranium. Uranium per pound. The cost of uranium per pound is $82.63. France was buying it from Mali for 75 cents. Not Mali, from Niger for 75 cents. For
and
years,
I'm sure Tiani ended that, right?
When they see, that's why I said Nigeria has never been independent, because when we decided to give up when they decided to give us our sovereignty, they basically said, okay, we'll let you run things on your own, but in exchange we need this. For starters, did you know that all the French speaking African countries in Africa, none of them print their own money?
Yeah, I'm very aware of that.
It's
all CFA franc, but yes, and it is domiciled in the central bank in France.
In France.
So effectively, they have no monetary policy. They have no independent monetary policy.
So France, so now you see why France is crumbling, because Africans are saying enough is enough. Hello, Eldad. If you have a camera, can you please turn it on? I don't want to have trolls on here, because when I do my lives, I get a bunch of trolls that come on. So if you can turn on your camera, please. So Nigeria's issue is it's really, really complex, and I don't know right now.
No, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I don't want to.
Sorry, there is actually no lights.
All right.
Okay. There's no lights.
As long as you're not a troll.
I think you understand.
Yeah. So Nigeria's issues are not complex in your man. It is fairly straightforward, and it is just one word. It is a society that is devoid of justice, and it is justice that we require to remove ourselves from this situation. So it is not a complex situation. It is just that it is hard to implement, and it is going to take time, but it is really not complex. Do you understand?
There is because in this world there is no justice until you make it. So if you're sitting back who's cheating,
absolutely. Okay, I don't know if my words came about that.
No, I do understand.
I was expecting justice to just come.
The justice is you rising, you doing what. See, the thing is, I've been thinking about this for years and years and years, and wallahi, you will call me paranoid with 20 good men. No, I won't say it. I don't want to get in trouble. But what's the other? Oh, the other gentleman left. Man, I was about to give him the floor. I apologize, dude. Whoever you were, I apologize for that. I was going to give you some, talk to you now and give you the floor. But
so basically, 20 good men. We'll put a pin on that and we'll revisit it in another time. But I think I get where you're going.
Nigeria's situation, right? Like I said, when I say it's complex in that the rest of the world, if Nigeria right now, you see Sahel, let me explain what will start the next war. well, I don't think China will but if right now, say Nigeria has a coup, some young captain comes in there and does what he needs to do, but takes over and starts putting reforms and joins the Sahel Alliance. If he joins the Sahel Alliance, NATO is coming into Africa.
Full blown. I completely agree with you.
They will take off the mask and say, okay, we need to go and destroy these people and take it. Because here's the thing: we are the only group of people on this planet that are not allowed to own weapons. Tell me one African country that is not South Africa that has weapons, that has a right to bear arms. Do you know why South Africans have a right to bear arms? It's because the day that they have it just because that the day that the black South Africans decide to rise up in vengeance for apartheid, they want to make sure the whites have a way to protect themselves. That is the same reason why guns are legal. That is the same reason why America's Second Amendment, it has nothing to do with the tyranny of the government. Because if Second Amendment was about government, right now, Trump would not be in office. If Second Amendment was truly about stopping tyranny, right now, Trump would not be in office. Second Amendment in America is about white people having guns so that if black people ever seek vengeance for slavery, white people have a way to fight back.
Wow, bro.
So everything is just. Hello, Michael Emeka, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Michael, can you hear it? Why are you muting yourself, dude? If you're not going to talk. Yeah, sorry about that. He just came on and he kept muting himself, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, right, Nigeria's problems, man. So right now, I've said it, the solution to Nigeria right now is a benevolent dictator. We need an Ibrahim Traore. We need an Goita. We need a Goita right now in Nigeria. We need a young captain. And here's the thing. I've never said that for me, right? There's only been one candidate I've wanted for presidency in Nigeria, a civilian. That if anyone was like, "Oh, who would you vote for in Nigeria?" One person.
Who?
Donald Duke.
That's okay. I don't have any knowledge or history about him. I was expecting you to say somebody like Shawore or
Donald Duke came to Nigeria. I think he was governor of Rivers State or Cross River, one of the two. I can't remember. He came. He told his people, "Vote for me. I will do this, 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 this. I won't lie to you. It's going to take me 8 years to implement everything I want to implement. If you vote for me, I promise I will do it." They voted for him. He went in there. He did everything he promised he was going to do and left. He never ran for office again. If there's anyone
I'll go and research Donald Duke. I didn't know. Wow, that's impressive. So so it's not just us, they basically.
Are you so Michael, hello? So this is the trolling shit I keep talking about.
To say anybody that is serious, they should go.
And that's the thing. As soon as he left office, he was done with politics. As soon as he left office, he was done with politics. Now, for me, that is the type. What I saw him do in that, I don't know. I don't know much, but what I did see him do, I absolutely would say yes. I want that guy to come back.
Wow.
Hello, L. How are you? L, can you unmute yourself? All right, this is so weird. I guess it just Eldad, are you gonna unmute yourself? So it said it's not Rivers, it's Cross. Well, Cross River.
Cross River, yeah. I served in Cross River, yeah.
So for me,
I think it's Cross River.
That's who I would have wanted to do something in Nigeria. That's who I would have wanted to run for office, and he never came up. No one ever brought up his name. I don't think he's the type that was out here bribing people. That's why people weren't yelling. Because if he was the type who was bribing, people would have wanted him to go to the presidency so the national cake can be bigger. But I don't think no one, as he just came, did his 8 years and left, and you never heard of him ever again. No, because Nigerian political class, that's what I call them, because the political class, it's a rotating thing. It's the same thing here in America. For them, that's what politics should be. You see a problem, you go in there, you fix it, and you leave. You go back to being a regular citizen. Someone else has an idea, they come, they fix a problem.
I can't hear now after the call.
I don't know. That's definitely on your side. I have no idea.
I can't hear.
It's on your side. All right, let's do this. All right, I removed you and I brought you back. Maybe that's better now. But yeah, so right now on this whole situation right now, man, I'm not even trying to think about, well, I can hear you. But if anyone else wants to come on in, I thought there was going to be a panel of people coming in to have a conversation. Suddenly everyone is just listening to me. Yep, and you too. So I don't know. But if anyone has solutions, that's what I'm here for. Anyone has solutions. Anyone wants to talk about anything. What are your grievances? What are some ideas? Like, this is, everyone's keep talking about, okay, change. Let's have the conversation. Nobody wants to join. Hi, Eldad. I saw the. All right. If you could try joining again and see if it's going to work. If it doesn't, then you can just put it in the chat and I'll read it out and we can talk about it. No problem.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome back.
How's it going? Sorry,
we're talking about Nigeria right now. Well, yeah, I don't know if you've been here part of the conversation. We're just basically just talking Nigeria. Every Nigerian issue we have, geopolitics. We talked about the Berlin Conference, about how they were dividing Africa like pizza.
Oh yeah. It was like around 18 something that they started that nonsense. That
64.
Yeah, so here's my thing with the benevolent dictator thing. It's easy for us to look at the way that Burkina Faso is handling their business. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay, yes. It's easy for us to look at the way Burkina Faso is doing their own and say, look, let us get somebody like that in there. But the problem with Nigerians and Nigeria in general is, like you said before, is Emilio Con. And the problem isn't just from the top. It goes all the way to the bottom where everybody wants to get their own piece. And if you think about America, I'm in America right now. There is something that we call a social contract. The social contract is something like this in the sense of, if we are driving down the street, right? There is laws of the road that we need to obey.
That we all agree to obey.
That we exactly, and we say when we agree to, we say we're doing it because I know that I'm not going to hurt you. You are not going to hurt me. If I stop at the red light, well, no, you two will stop there because it is all for our best interest. Or we are all going to be hitting ourselves and causing accidents left and right. But that is something that does not exist in Nigeria, where if you even give one person an inch, what if you want to break your car? We have to get to the point where the citizenry has to feel a need for the country itself to be on the same page, to feel the same way about their own. Look at me as your brother, not as somebody that you're going to get something from, Oga. How can I, boss. Why are you calling me boss? I'm not your boss. I'm younger than you. When I go to Nigeria, if you're in America or somewhere, how many times have you gone to the airport? When you land, how many people have asked you for money before you have even entered terminal to go and get car? It is so rotten.
I agree with you. I agree with you, senior man. I apologize for interrupting, but we I don't want to call us the middle class, but we are the top 1% of Nigerians, as I explained to Mala Issa. The fact that we can be on this call. So looking at that situation from your vantage point, you must look at those people as victims. Do you know why? Because since when this state was established, as my senior man Dele Farah to me always says, we are not citizens. Do you understand my point?
Mm-hmm.
We are not citizens. The state has always had a parasitic relationship to its people.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes, I
Which
agree.
is us.
I agree.
So you
I
cannot
agree.
exactly. So when you look at it from that perspective, that's when you understand some of the behaviors of these people. That's why you are skeptical about anybody taking over, because you don't know if he has been completely victimized by Nigeria, that he also holds that Emilokon ideology. So now the second part is this, and this is what Male Issa said. We may not be too many, but look at us. At least these 4 of us. It tells you that it is not everybody. In Hausa, they said Baza Taro Alala Chidukaba. Do you understand? So it's not everybody that has that Emilokon mentality. The fact that 4 of us are here, it tells you that it is not all Nigerians that are like that. But
it tells us
there's enough of them to make sure that Nigeria as a country does not prosper.
Exactly. There's enough of them. Not only there's not enough, there's enough of them in positions of power right now. And the next 4 people under them, they are all waiting. One won't pay. Telebaku Emilokon.
Yes.
If something happens.
Yes, now, but those people are victims. They don't know better. They don't know better. Okay.
But
at some point in time, I'm in Texas. I live in Texas. I moved here when I was in like the 5th grade. So
right, do you have like a Niger community where Niger people just they go hang out?
Yes. There's some places here that we go out. There's a Suya joint. There's Osuma.
Okay, so like here in New York, I don't know if you've been to New York. Here in New York, right?
Yeah, I lived on the East Coast. I landed in the East. I'm from Maryland. I lived in Bushwick for a while.
Right? In Harlem, we have Little Senegal, where all the Senegalese.
Oh no.
You have the Ghanaian people.
We don't have that.
I don't know where the Nigerians are.
They're not. No, we're split all over. No.
Wallahi, you are right. Even when I was in China, that was the case. You see other African countries have like groups where they do and talk about business. It is only Nigerians that are. Sorry, go ahead.
The thing is, it's not just the Africans. It's not just those. It's also every other marginalized community has their own sect. You can go to Koreatown, you can go to Chinatown, you can go to the Jewish haven inside of New York. There's Jewish place where you see nothing but Hasidic Jews walking up and down the street in New York.
Where is Nigeria town anyway?
Where is Nigeria town? Kosimbi Koko.
Almost every city to Koko. But we are not united.
We are not united because the people before us, they are. The thing is, okay, I'll say this. So my own uncle, my family, they have this thing called Oshogbo Progressive Union, which is the people from Oshogbo, they get together collectively every year. These are the older people, so they're not our age mates or anything like that. They're very senior people.
When was the last time we planned, or you planned family reunion?
The last time was my wedding. The last time was my wedding. The last time I saw a multiple.
Right now, reunions are over. We don't. I don't know.
We don't do that. We don't do that. Yeah.
So the question now is why. The question now is why. The question we should ask ourselves is why is that the case now?
The community is not strong enough, and we don't have the leaders that we used to have. Back in the day, they had people like Wole Soyinka. They will call them cultists now, but they had leaders, right? They had people, literary people, scholarly people who were the leaders of these movements, who would write. They weren't just talking, they would write papers. They would go to government. They would,
people that, sorry to interrupt, Male Issa, please try and, I don't know if you can translate this word for him, Kishi in Hausa. So what he's trying to say is those people, we had people before that had like the Kishi for our own people. It is a difficult Hausa word to translate. That is the major thing we are lacking now. That's the major thing. With all our leaders are incredibly short-sighted to the point of me thinking they are imbeciles. But Issa, as I told you earlier, the problems are not complex. And if the problems are not complex, the only
They're very complex.
No, I disagree with that. The problems are very complex, very complex.
I don't think they are that complex.
The average Nigerian knows more.
Hi,
Right now, Bashir.
I can hear.
Right now, you know more about a foreign country than you know about Abia.
I do too.
Absolutely.
Me too.
Absolutely.
Me too. Which is okay.
But if you had used Cross River State, your statement will not stand.
Chill. Let me say the second, right?
Because I served in Cross River State.
If you meet a Nigerian right now, right, who is from Benue, he's from Benue, and his name is let's say he's from Akwa Ibom. You meet a Nigerian from Akwa Ibom. You ask him what's your name, and he says Tukur. That name will bother you more than if his name was Michael.
What I don't follow completely.
You meet
to bother me, like in what sense?
Tells you his name is Tukur. That name, Tukur, it will perplex Nigerians. The Nigerians will be more shocked to meet a Calabar man named Tukur than they would to meet a Calabar man named Michael. Michael is a foreign European name. Tukur is a name that is less than 200 miles from where you were born. But we refuse to take each other's names. A Nigerian will tell you, I'll never carry Igbo name. Why? You would rather take Abu, like me. My children will never have Arabic names.
Allah Malberka, exactly. I always say this. I never say this.
All my children
always say this.
As a Muslim man, my children have Nigerian Yoruba names, and they have Yoruba English names, and they have Muslim names. Both of my children.
And this brings me to another criticism of us in the north. As I said, Isa, you understand? We are the only demographic, and that's why I can understand why the other people from the southeast. Do you understand? Look at us as sellouts. Do you understand? Because we completely threw away our culture and identity, and it's like we're trying to show the Arab man that we are more Arab than him. Do you understand?
That is so interesting to me.
Wait. We do not even know the names that we don't even know the names that our ancestors used to call us, before Islam came here. We don't even know the kind of language we used to speak before Islam came. We don't even know the name of the gods that we used to worship before they came.
Most of us don't know the huge problem. Yes, that's true.
No, I'm talking about the north specifically.
Listen, it's not just the north. It's not just a northern problem, my friend. It's the Christians as well. It's Christianity as well. When did we?
No, but my point is the north own is to a very large, it's to a very larger extent or degree. Yeah, because you still have your Ifa. Do you understand?
Hold on. After this, we'll give other people a chance to say something.
Hold on, let Isa speak.
He's trying to explain, right? When I used to speak to my family when I went to Nigeria, I'll never forget during Eid, we had all these people visit the house. I started growing my dreadlocks then. I just had the nose ring. I decided growing my dreadlocks.
They let you do it.
This man came into the house. He was trying to have a debate with me. Why do you have this? I looked at him.
Who was trying to have a debate with you?
Some older house man. He came in trying to find out why I had a nose ring. I said to him, because it was part of our culture before the Arab man came here.
Ooh.
What we looked like before the Arab man came here. And I said in Islam says we can practice our culture as long as it does not conflict with Islam. I can wear my nose ring. I am the one who looked more Nigerian. Why do you look like an Arab?
Arabic.
Arabic. And 90% don't know anything about local culture. They only know Arabic culture.
Exactly. And these Arabs, they are the most racist people towards black people. Please let me make a point. Let me
let you land. I'll let you land.
Thank you very much. You know they were.
We'll give Michael the floor. After Michael, then Nuhu will give him the floor.
Okay, so the Arab slave trade preceded the European slave trade. Everybody knows that, right?
Yes, yes.
And it's still
So let me
happening.
just summarize it. Let me summarize it. So now, if you look to the West, you see the descendants of our people that they shipped over there to become slaves and everything. Am I
The
right?
Moors. They're
Eh?
called Moors. Moors.
No. That's not where I'm going to. Just follow me. I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
make I'm trying to like compare the Arab and the Western slave trade. If you look to the West, you see the descendants of our people that they took in boats to go and become slaves in the Western world. You understand? But what about now? If you look to the East, you don't see that same, you understand, biological continuity that our people in the West have had. Why do you think that is?
You only
Mala
see
Isa,
them
I'm
doing
sure you know.
you only
They
you only see them
castrated
during
most of the
Olympics.
people that they took here. They castrated all of them, bro. That's why when you look to the East, you don't see our people there. I don't know if I'm making sense.
You see, but the thing is, one thing you don't understand, and this is one of the biggest problems that Black Americans have with Africans, is they feel so hurt and disappointed that Africans don't see. American chattel slavery was a new
It's the
kind of
worst.
slavery that did
It's
not
the
exist.
worst.
I
Worst.
agree. I agree. I agree.
So Americans took the Arabic version and made it 3 times brutal.
They put it on steroids.
Chattel slavery
Yes,
that Black Americans went
but
through.
if you think about it, that even
One of
makes
the
my point more. It even makes my point.
How many African children right now know about chattel slavery in Africa? We don't know the histories that we should know.
We don't. If they ask
Sorry,
us now
you've been rapping
who
for a while.
discovered River Niger, we'll say it's Mogo Park. I can't.
These
You
days
know.
you are saying school na scam. Nobody won't go school again now. So that's what the thing affects us more. Yeah, most of us don't
Well,
believe in
if you go to
education.
school,
You
what is
understand?
there to learn in school? The curriculum, I have seen the curriculum we have in Nigeria. Right now, walk outside and stop the average Nigerian. Right now, stop any 12-year-old and ask him who is Alvan Ikoku.
They won't know now. How about Mama? How
But
would
he
they know?
knows Mother Teresa.
And he knows Adam Smith.
Oh,
You know
And he
George
knows
Washington.
Sigmund Freud.
They will know George Washington.
Washed off.
So the education system needs to be overturned completely.
Yes.
But as I said earlier, before everybody joined, it is going to be incredibly difficult to do it without political or economic power. It's going to be incredibly difficult
Of
because
course.
I have and what I was landing to earlier when I was saying that the problems are not complex because bro, this thing is straightforward. Is basically we need to have a just society. There's no justice in this society.
No,
Do you understand?
it's the social
There's no
contract that we have with each other. We
Bro,
don't have that with each other.
we're not citizens enough to have a social contract. Was there a referendum when they drafted the constitution? Do you understand? Nigerian people were not part of that process. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So this is something that has been foisted on us.
I think a lot of it has to do with after the Biafran situation. After we split and we had to come back together, we are still feeling a lot of the repercussions from the bad melding of that. And now we are dealing with the tribal fighting of is it going to be Igbo in charge or Yoruba in charge? And there's so much tribalism between us that before we even get to where we are talking about social citizen and social things like that, we have to get to the point where we can see each other as Nigerians, as one people.
Yes,
as one people.
Yes,
one people,
and
one voice, one nation.
And realize that.
Yes.
And realize that I don't know if there are any other people that are Muslims or know about Islam. And realize that there's that hadith. I said I don't know if there's any other Muslim in this chat now or people that know about Islam, but there's this thing they call the golden rule. Do unto your brother as you do unto yourself. It's in the Bible, it's in the Quran, and it's in the Torah. It's called the golden rule. But it's like we fail to realize that it is not like some kind of spiritual or philosophical concept. It is actually is a practical thing. We all know about what black tax is. Do you understand? So
Yes.
if you think about it from not from a myopic perspective, you understand that you cannot be better off if your brother is not better off. Do you understand?
Exactly. But
It's like this is not like a thing of morality or anything. This is pure.
it's practical.
Pure economics. Yes,
It's
it's
practical.
very practical.
All right.
It's very practical.
Let's give somebody else an opportunity. Eska Victor, how will you solve a better pass? How will you solve a better pass my neighbor? Because that's the problem we have right now. What's your practical approach to solving this situation? I better pass my neighbor. How will you solve it?
Oh, please. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Victor, we can't hear you.
Really? Sorry.
Yeah, speak up loud. I'm saying we can hear it, just not as loud.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Clearly.
Yeah, now we can.
Okay, I was saying like people, others have brought up different points. Like some people have said we should see each other as Nigerians, and I think where our problem stems from isn't just us not seeing each other as like seeing Nigeria as one, but us like Nigeria, we are just like evil people if we are to like say how it is, because it's not about seeing your fellow brother or your fellow Nigeria to be the same as you, but like seeing an average person, like how many Nigerians really do care for like a random other person, not to talk about someone who is Nigerian. Even if it's someone who is Yoruba or Hausa like you will still find one difference to make it seem like this person isn't the same as me. Like it's Yoruba culture to make it and forget your people or start to avoid your people so they do not become a burden on you. It's Igbo culture as well. I think.
Let me interject that and say this, right? Throughout all of human history, one thing that is absolutely ingrained, it's part of our genetic coding, is tribalism. Not Nigerian tribalism, human tribalism. What does that mean? That means we will, excuse me, we will always find a group to band together with, right? You will always find someone that you have something in common with to band together for survival, for resources, for whatever it is, right? So, first things first, before Europeans met us, before they met us, they went through the 100-Year War. Before they realized that there was a whole nother people of a different race across the ocean, they were having tribal wars for 100 years. The English versus the Gaul versus the Italians versus everyone was fighting each other. And
versus Irish.
They now learn that there's another group of people. They came over there. And this is one of the things I learned. And when I found this out, it blew my mind. Do you know that less than 8% of the tribes in Africa were conquered through violence? Less than 8.
Yeah.
They conquered the entire continent of Africa. They came as friends. Benin Republic, that used to be Dahomey. It took them over 50 years. When they first came, they fought the Dahomey. The French lost. The British came, they lost. The Portuguese came, they lost. And then the French came back and said, whoa. We came, we fucked up. We really fucked up. We shouldn't have come violent. We should come. So they came in peace. And over the course of 50 years, they started buttering the king of Dahomey with gifts and this and that, and eventually got him to agree to disband his military and hand over the protection of disband his military and hand over the military to the French. They managed to get him to agree, and the moment he disbanded his military, that was the moment it got shackles, and that's how they all ended up in Cuba, America, Brazil. Go read the books they wrote when they fought the Maasai. There's a man named Shaka the Zulu. You all know Shaka the Zulu.
Shaka Zulu, Shaka Zulu.
That man didn't have a fucking gun. The white people had a gun.
He was scared. He had them scared.
That man
The
was
Zulu
a
nation.
fucking problem. That man was a fucking problem. He was a hero. He was a war general. He led the Zulu people again. You don't understand. Benin in Nigeria, they conquered us tribe by tribe. Benin is one of the last tribes in Africa to fall. I can't remember the name of the king of Benin, the last king of Benin. Well, I wouldn't call him the last, but I call him the last king of Benin because the current family right now that are in the throne of Benin was his cousin. He was the one that sold him out. The last king of Benin, this man fought till they captured him. I still have that picture.
I think
by the time they had captured Benin, they had already captured the others. They came as friends. Benin said no. Here's how you should know that these people hated you. Benin had a wall surrounding it that is longer than the what's it called? The Great Wall of China. How many of you knew that?
Wow.
How many of you knew that Benin had a wall surrounding the city? It was a spiral. If you're not on your phone, Google it right now. The Benin Wall. It was longer than the Wall of China, the Great Wall of China. There's one. If you've ever seen Game of Thrones, there's one line from Game of Thrones that will live with me till I die. He says, in the end, he says, take away a man's history and they've turned into animals. They don't know who they are anymore. And that's what we are. We are a continent full of animals.
Yeah, what you just mentioned.
They took away our writing. Every single tribe in Africa, in Nigeria, had a form of writing. You think Ethiopians were the only ones that had Aramaic? The only reason Ethiopian Aramaic survived is because they were the only people that were never colonized. Every tribe had a form of writing. Hausa had our own. Ibibio had their own. Efik had their own. You've heard in CBD. Who's heard of CBD? In CBD, they write form. It's a form of writing that is coming back right now. There's a little argument, so because Calabar people say it's their original, Igbo people say it's their own. Matter of fact, I claim it for all of Nigeria. Fuck it. I say we should take CBD as our form of writing. Let's get rid of Roman numerals. Why? Why are we teaching our children? Why are we teaching our children in school in another man's tongue? Why? Africa needs to unite. If Africa cannot, at least Nigeria, we all need to unite behind one language. And me, I personally pick Swahili. It is growing. Somalia, the president of Somalia came out and announced that Swahili will now be taught in schools.
Yes.
Swahili is the #1 most spoken language in Africa with over 200 and something million speakers. Number 2 is Hausa with over 160 million speakers. Now, the way volatile Nigeria is, I would not ever in my dreams would I ever suggest Hausa as the language in Nigeria. But Swahili, there's over 200, the whole of East Africa speaks it. If West Africa join, we can get rid of English. Our children will grow up saying, you see our children, that is the world I envision. Our children will come. White man will say, how you doing? They'll say, sorry, no English in Swahili. Why? Why are we speaking their language? People that enslaved us. We need pride. We are the only group of people right now in here. What someone now is thinking, oh, I'm Yoruba, you're Igbo. White people know they think that. They are all collectively white. We are the people born to serve them. Instead of us to unite. And the thing is, living in America, one thing I have noticed, there is only one group that the white man fears more than any group in this world. That is the black man. And for some reason, the black man fears the white man more than any group. I don't know. White man has the power and he fears the black man more than any group because he knows who the fuck you are and what will happen the day you wake up. That is why they've been paying influencers thousands of dollars. That's why they've been paying, what's his name, Nnamdi Kanu, to make sure that no Igbo man will see Hausa man as his brother. Because once you start to see them, right now they're Hausa, Fulani, let's split Nigeria. Because what do you think will happen when Nigeria splits? You think suddenly Igbo land Biafra will suddenly start building skyscrapers like Kuala Lumpur? You think the Igbo men in power now know about the vice president being a harborer of Boko Haram? You think those men will suddenly turn around and start giving you free healthcare? What do you think is going to happen when Nigeria splits? United we stand, divided we fall. What you're telling me is white can unite, but black man cannot unite because we are two different tribes. Do you understand your genetic structure and my own? Do you understand that black Americans who are looking for their ancestry, when they go do a genetic test, it doesn't say Igbo, it says 50% Nigeria, 60% Nigerian, 30% Nigerian. We have the same fucking genetic coding, me and you. Same thing. The same thing. And I said this earlier, when they did the Human Genome Project, they found that every single king in Hausa land has Igbo blood. At some point, every single king was married to an Igbo princess or an Igbo prince.
Because we're all one.
And now we're fighting each other. And we have more resources than anybody knows what to do with. We have more arable land in Nigeria than anybody knows what to do with. While we are here fighting, like, come and save us, come and do this, come and do this. Who is benefiting off your resources?
The white man.
Last time I see blackout, the last time I saw blackout was when I was in Nigeria in May. I haven't seen blackout since then. Where do you think all this energy come from? You think they are using their energy here in America? It's coming from your land. France, the city of lights, they were buying uranium at 75 cents from Niger per gram. Uranium goes for $82 per gram. As soon as Niger took their mines back, suddenly France, now look what's happening with their lights. Russia, look what's going on. Their economy is crashing. Do you understand? The day Nigeria wakes up is the day Europe falls. Sorry, Jean Bond, welcome. Do you have something to share?
Yeah, I've just been listening to. First of all, thank you for putting this together. Like, I think it's a breath of fresh air to listen to fellow Nigerians, because sometimes you think that you look at the news, you look at social media, and you just wonder what kind of youth that we have or what kind of young people we have. But it's nice that at least there are a few of us here. We're all from different places. I'm Igbo. I grew up in the north. I can see there are many representatives here, and we all seem to be on the same page. We all seem to want a better Nigeria.
Exactly.
But I noticed a lot of important things that you've mentioned, because if we want to look at how to go forward, we have to think about how we got to where we are. And I'll use myself as an example. So I said I was born in the north. I was born in Kaduna. I grew up in Kaduna, and then I left Nigeria and went abroad. But prior to my going abroad, because of the way I was raised, I always felt like the white man is always better. They're always better because of that programming. But I went to study abroad and I beat them. And this is my own personal experience. I started to realize that, wait a minute, I am smart. And these are things that we should already know from home. These are things that we should already be taught about in our schools. These are things that should be embedded in our education system from home, that you are the best. You are kings. But our history is Mongo Park. You need to speak. You need to.
We don't even have history.
It's to a Nigerian university without passing English language. Tell me how crazy that is. There's so many people that don't make it into tertiary education because they didn't pass English language, another man's language. So I went and I experienced this thing and I saw it firsthand, and I started to realize that actually I am good enough. And I believe that the average Nigerian is smart. The average Nigerian is intelligent. But the history and people before us have failed us. But I think that the way for us
The
to
average
wake up
Nigerian is a
start to have
human
this
being.
kind of forum and
Anything
this kind of
another human being is
conversations, you start to
capable
see
of.
that actually we're better off
Just
united.
allow this guy to
On
talk,
this call
please.
today, I
Yeah.
haven't heard
Thank
anybody
you.
say I'm Yoruba or I'm Hausa. Everybody's just interested in how do we move forward. Nobody freaking cares about where are you from. At the end of the day, it's about merit. It's about how do we collectively move our nation forward. So I think to some of the points that you've mentioned, everything still goes back to our history. We need to go back to the root and identify who we are and what we are capable of as a people. That's one. Secondly, we need to be able to unite. And you've mentioned a few times that Nigeria is critical to the future of not just Africa, for the future of Black people entirely. If Nigeria doesn't get it right, the Black man will never get it right. If you go around the world, if you look at Jews, they unite. If you look at Arabs, they unite. If you look at Asians, they unite. Everywhere they go, they put themselves in positions. If you look at Nigerians, it's about competing. It's about Nami pass you, Nami be boss, Nami be chairman. All this kind of like myopic, narrow-minded thinking, where we can pull each other and bring and work together and achieve big things and be strategic in the things that we do. Look at China, for example. Gradually, China has just started to become a world power before everybody's eyes. These people have not gone to war anywhere, but they're just gradually, quietly, strategically taking over the
China,
world.
In
So
less
I
than
feel like
40
that's the way
years,
that we need
bro.
to move.
but you have
The
to
Black
understand
man
that the
needs to stop
Chinese
begging the white
dynasty has
man
lasted
to
for
help them. We need to
5,000
help ourselves.
years.
Even though
Until
it,
we
wait,
become
the
relevant as a
length. Sorry, I
people,
just want to
until we
say,
become relevant as a people, we'll continue to beg for aid from these people that don't give a shit about you.
why do we don't need aid?
Yeah,
We've
that's
never
just my
needed
2
aid.
cents.
See, so one of the things that's why I said we need. I wanted to take over education and media. We need propaganda, right? Because did you know that for every dollar that comes into Africa, $49 leaves.
No more calling.
For every dollar that comes into Africa, 49 leaves.
That is absolutely insane.
I'm gonna say it again. For every $1 that comes into Africa, $49.
Bako, I can't hear you.
That's
I don't know if it's
that's
just me.
insane.
I think it's
In
just
terms
you,
of
dude.
value
I
of
can't hear you.
actual money.
Bako.
It's just you. For every dollar that comes in, 49 comes out. So when we say aid, every time they give us $1 billion, $49 billion in resources is leaving Africa. We've never needed aid. We just need. See, here's the thing. How am I gonna say? Something I said a while ago. It went viral, and that basically, can someone tell me right now, right? When you think manufacturing, you think the Chinese man.
Yep.
When you think war, military, you think the white man. When you think banking, you think the Jewish man. When you think oil, you think Arabs. If you're in America, when you think construction, you think Mexicans.
Mexicans.
Can you tell me one thing, an aspect of infrastructure in this world that you can think of, and the first thing that will come to your mind is a black man or African man?
None.
Tell me.
It's
Mercedes
maybe
Benz.
sports,
Mercedes
maybe
Benz.
sports
Nigerians
entertainment. That's it.
are buying Mercedes.
But we don't own the sports teams and we don't own the label.
Exactly.
So we are a utility. We exist to be used as entertainment for everybody. We control nothing. We sit on the richest land on earth and we don't control our own land. We don't control our own resources.
That's how crazy it is.
I said this. When I think Nigeria, right? See, stereotypes exist for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. And when I think Nigeria, one of the first things, like when I think gold, when I see Nigerian gold,
Dubai.
not Nigerian gold is the one in Dubai. That super, it's the most yellow, purest gold. That gold, when I think about it, the first thing that comes to my mind there is Katsina, Maiduguri, that whole area should be packed with Igbo boys just running gold. Igbo boys, because they are good at business. No matter what you want to say, Igbo man and business are one and two. That goal, those every resource, every time I think goal, for some reason, I just think Igbo boys. They mom, brother, come. I get 30 kilo for you. Every time, see, this is how I think of Nigeria, right? Like I said, stereotypes exist for a reason. Personally, if I had access right now to power today, the first thing I'm doing is I'm taking us back to regional governments.
Mm.
We're going to be one united Nigeria, but we're going to go back to regional governments. And one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce the spirit of friendly competition. That I better pass my neighbor mindset. Now then we go bring them. Which one of us go advance pass? Let's see how that goes. Regional governments. I will bring that back. Let every region be in charge of its fate and its resources. The federal, when it comes to diplomacy, like I think Nigeria's economy, let's give it to Igbo people. Diplomacy, give it to Hausa people. Education, give it to your, like the stereotypes that we're good at, let's use that as our strengths.
Can I just say, as a Yoruba man, most Yoruba people are not going to be boxed into one area. That's just
you get what I'm saying. I'm not saying
I
all
get what you're saying, but
a sector like right now in the military in Nigeria, it's mainly dominated by Hausa.
Yes.
Is it not?
It is.
Yeah,
It has always been.
I'm not here to talk about reason or not. I'm not here to talk about reason or not. Right now, the military is primarily dominated by Hausa, right?
Can I give a rebuttal?
And Nigeria, and Nigeria is still functioning with that military, right? So I see a world where, since we have seen that Igbos are the most industrious, I would not mind in Nigeria where our economic sector is primarily run by Igbo men.
Well,
I'm the type of person right now that if Ishekiri people are going to bring out the best leaders, I don't mind being ruled by Ishekiri for the next 500 years. If they are going to keep producing the best leaders, I don't give a shit about sharing, splitting. This next president that's come from this region. No, the next president has to be the best man for the job.
But to that point,
corruption by you,
it's not going to be sustainable with the constitution that we have today.
The constitution that we have today was, like I said, Nigeria is vital to controlling Africa. So you really think these people, and we've never truly been free. So do you think our owners would have let us create a constitution that would have worked in our favor?
Exactly.
Nigeria's constitution was created to never work for Nigeria. Nigeria as a country is created to frustrate you. I said I have never been more frustrated in my life. Like my last trip to Nigeria, I kept asking myself, how do people I kept saying, I want to move back here, but I can't. Do you know how many people have, after years and years living overseas, they move to Nigeria, they pack up and leave? When I was in Nigeria, I made a video about this. There was a freaking man I met, a surgeon from UK, a surgeon from the UK. This man, I met him at the hotel I was staying at in Abuja. I'm saying this guy was so passionate that I swear to God, I'm not lying. I thought he was DSS sent to catch me undercover, because of how passionate I am about Nigeria. Before I came out, I was like, DSS won't catch me. It'll be me and you. But I'm serious. This guy was so passionate, but he right there when I met him, he was talking about how he had just sold his farm. He was moving back to the UK. He retired. He retired and bought farmland in Benue. He bought the apartment building. He built it. He explained everything. He said he can't do it anymore. He's selling it at a loss and he's going back to the UK. He'll pick up his practice for years and he'll recover the money. How bad Nigeria is. This man had a dream. He said every single one of his friends that has tried to move to Nigeria has moved back. Everyone that has invested in Nigeria has lost money, has sold off, and has left Nigeria. Nigeria that's the whole point. It is designed to not work. If it works, a functional Nigeria is a dead Europe.
Can I just give a rebuttal on this army thing that you said, and boxing people into zones? It's like profiling. People are not really going to be boxed. When you mention something like the army is dominated mostly by northerners because those are the only ones willing to take the risk. If Nigeria was providing healthcare,
The question here, listen, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. The question here is, with the military being dominated by Hausa, have you not lived in Nigeria? That's the point I'm making. I don't mind seeing a sector being dominated by the best group of people that can run it. It doesn't have to be.
I think what is essentially
you know what that is going to cause. You know what that is going to cause. When
it's not going to cause shit if you see them as Nigerians and not any tribe.
Can I just make a statement?
This is not causing anything now. There's no other thing that we can cause in the future.
Can I just say something?
I don't know if you're getting what
Ibrahim Jimo hasn't said anything. Let's give him the floor for a bit.
Hi everyone. So, I listened.
Oh, sorry, Ibrahim. I apologize. Soli did come before you. I apologize for that. Soli, please, you have the floor.
Yeah. So, like for example, what this is going to cause is if somebody from another tribe now wants to get into that, they are going to face struggles. They are going to face issues because people are going to look at, oh, he's from this other tribe. They are not known for this. Let's not allow them. And then you start removing talents from other tribes. And the main reason why I actually even came on this panel is I watched your video. You were talking about, oh, Nigerians are supporting the USA. They want to come into this and that. And my question is, why are you talking about Nigerians? They don't have, and you said, oh, when USA comes, they are going to give the power back to the elites. Like Nigerians don't have the tools, they don't have the know-how, they don't have anything to do with the choice of if US wants to come or not. Even if Nigerians say they don't want to come, USA will still come if they want to come. The only person that can actually fix the problem,
if USA could come without right now without a manufacturing a reason and getting y'all to support it, they would have come already.
Okay, now that they're going to Venezuela, the Venezuelans supporting it.
Who?
Now that they want to go into Venezuela, are the citizens of Venezuela supporting it? But
he's not going directly into Venezuela. It's a proxy. It's a proxy. He's using the country. What's it called? Trinidad and Tobago. Is it not? Is it Trinidad or no? Not Trinidad.
When they were throwing bombs into Iran. Did the people of Iran support it? When they went into Iraq, did the people of Iraq support it? They don't need the approval of the citizens. It is the government that has the role to do so. If Tinubu wants to solve, and I'm in Yoruba man, so you can't say I'm using tribal bias.
No, it's not. No, one thing. The first thing you have to understand when it comes to Africa, right? And I had to learn this a long time ago. Do you know why Africa is the only continent that is not armed? Why we are the only citizens that don't have weapons?
Because the white people think we'll take revenge on them.
not necessarily that, because they can't afford to mess up the resources. They can't afford to mess up the resources in the land that they want. It's the land they want. So they need to make sure when they do come, there's no way we can fight for it. So okay, my point here is,
if we can't fight them and we can't fight for it.
Why do you think Bill Gates is bringing, why do you think Bill, right now I need, okay, matter of fact, let me see. I think I could do this myself. Let me see. I think it'll yeah, I think there's a way this thing will let me share the screen.
And also, what does the average Nigerian have to gain from fighting for the Nigerian government or fighting for the country? What do they have to do?
Point, it needs to be, we are fighting for
majority of the population
of Nigeria.
Are in multi-dimensional poverty.
So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you asked that question. Sorry, let me just say this. I'm glad you asked that question because I learned something over the last few hours, over the last 12 hours. And what I did learn is I'm now realizing a lot of Nigerians actually believe that this is as bad, it can't get any worse.
No, I'm not saying that.
I realize a lot of Nigerians believe that Nigeria right now is currently rock bottom.
I'm not saying Nigerians don't believe that it cannot get. What I'm saying is that what is there to fight for? What is left for them? People that are in not even normal poverty, people that are in multi-dimensional poverty. They do not have anything good to look forward to. They do not have anything.
There are many possible dimensions you've not seen.
What do you think? These people just want to see everything burn down.
Yes.
And this is the majority of the country. And you know, when you are taking stats, you look at the majority. That is how.
Okay, let me tell.
We are not
But
talking
that's not
about the people
mentalities
that are
everywhere.
able.
Okay, let me
That's
tell you something. Let me
We
tell
are
you
not. We are
something.
not talking. Even the Agberu has something to lose. But think about it. As poor as the Agberu is, he's still an elite in Nigeria. Even a beggar in Lagos is still an elite compared to the vast majority of the people in Nigeria. I have been to places in Nigeria where they don't even have electric line. They've not seen it before. What does that kind of, and that's the majority of the country. Forget Lagos, forget Abuja. That is the majority of the country. Over 150 million people. What do they have to lose?
Okay.
What
Okay.
do they have to fight for? What?
Let me clear you
Michael,
now.
after Michael answers, Ibrahim Jimo, you have the floor. After
Okay.
Michael answers the question, Ibrahim
Please don't use your
put more
perspective. Don't use your, me and my friends are doing
Wait.
good.
Yeah, you got it. Michael, give us the
Wait.
answer, and then we give
Calm
Ibrahim
down.
Jimo.
Calm down. To this thing that he's saying, let me tell you something now. You know that, okay, let's take for example that Lagos is the most like Lagos full with so much arboro, you know, that kind of a thing that we consider Lagos as a dangerous place that you cannot see, you know, that if you do carelessly, people will change that for you, you understand? Maybe for example, you now, sorry, I'm talking to you now. For example, now, do you know that that it is possible in that same Lagos that you lose your phone, that maybe your phone fell down, and you can see like a kind of an Amburi man that will pick it and give it back to you in that same Lagos that you think is totally trash. You understand? You believe that somebody inside that Lagos can still pick your phone and give it back to you, even when they don't have what they like, what they will eat at that moment. You still believe that?
Yes.
Then what are you saying that there's nothing left to fight for? Let me give you another answer. Okay, wait, I've not finished.
Didn't listen to
Calm
me.
down, I've not finished. You are saying what is left to fight for. Do you know that that there are some countries in Africa that even the poorest of the poorest Nigeria is richer than them in terms of their environment. They are still drinking with mud water with their hand. But if you see them when all these travelers, all these tourists like snap them, you'll be seeing them with smiling face, like they are happy. Even with that suffering, they don't even know, like they're enjoying their moment. So don't say that there's nothing left to fight for. If you're saying there's nothing left to fight for, then it's just like you don't have hope of living again. I don't know whether you're getting what I'm saying.
Look,
So that's my own thing.
All right, let's give Ibrahim Jimo the floor.
You are still talking from an elitist
All right.
perspective.
Soli, first of all, I'll say I really appreciate that you really organized this. I was looking forward for it, and I even thought at some point like I've missed the live podcast. But now, for me, I might be coming from a very different angle from all of this that we're talking about. And I think what he said was just hypothetically, he was just saying, oh, we'll give the Hausas based on what they're strong on. But I don't want to just meddle on that. And I don't think it's even open for any kind of issue or argument that we are kind of, this is just us trying to just dig out issue that is not existing, and we're just trying to ramble around it. He said something earlier about we need to understand our problem, and I think that's just the basic that's just where we need to start from. We need to understand what exactly is our problem. So, and I believe if we understand what our problem is, then we'll understand how to treat it. And my friend,
We are the problem.
We are the problem, of course. So now, and I might offend a lot of people with this that I'm about to say, with the NSAS protest. To me, I felt that was a very good energy that we didn't use well. We are not strategic. We say things are not working fine, things are not good. Okay, fine. How do you tackle it? You know, the elite, they have the money, they have the power. They can they can, even within yourself, they'll give one or two people money, and before you know it, what you're planning is rubbish. It's water. You can't do anything.
I said it. A movement in Nigeria should not have an individual leader, because even me, I am buyable.
Yeah.
I can be
Yes,
bribed.
yes, yes.
It's the kind of money I'll see and I'll start scratching my head, man.
Honestly,
I'm being real.
and also, I mean, I want to delve into a little bit of maybe part of what I think it's strategically set up for us to never rise, which is our language. Our language, it says that if you mention all the countries that you were mentioning about, okay, if you say development country or developing country like China, Russia, Japan. Now
They
let us
all
look.
have one language.
They
One
all have
language.
one language, not only just one language, not only just one,
Homogeneous.
their indigenous language, and that is what they used to teach them in school.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, just have a thought, a glimpse of thought of what if a Yoruba boy is being taught mathematics with Yoruba. He's going to understand it very well. So I think
100% agree with you, my brother. Go ahead.
Strategically, our language has been used to confuse us. I'm a Yoruba, but trust me, I speak Yoruba, right? But
there's even different Yoruba. There's different Yoruba culture. It's not just one Yoruba now.
To an extent, I can speak my language to say that yes, I'm a Yoruba boy. I can speak proper Yoruba. It's a lie.
Yes.
So now look at me. I'm in the middle. I can't speak English more than the England, more than the English.
But you can't speak Yoruba more than Yoruba. Yoruba
man.
They have washed us.
To me, I looked at it. I looked at this like, yeah, there's going to be micro fix and there's going to be larger fix. If we're looking at larger fix of how we can bring the whole Nigeria together, yes, there's a lot of topics that we can debate on. But if you look at micro, let's say micro for myself, within myself, to say, okay, I've been messed up. I understand. How do I fix this? Okay, I think I can't fix myself anymore. Probably I'll fix my kids. I'll make them understand where they're from. I'll make them speak.
You may not be able to fix your kids if you don't fix yourself. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. I mean, the level of damage that has, I mean.
Okay. I understand. You're right.
I mean, so for me, I looked at it like individually, we have work to do on ourselves.
As in, bro.
Before anybody can come out and say that, okay, maybe this is what we should do, or before we all can gather together and say, okay, we need to fix some parts that still can be fixed within ourselves first. Our mentality alone, that is why it is I mean, look, how much is pure water in Nigeria now? 15 or thereabout. In Lagos, I don't know for any other state. Pure water sachet. And people talk about government. I was in a Uber ride this night, and we were passing through a very spoiled, galloped area, and I was wondering, like, anybody here? Do anybody know the name of their councillor? Anybody?
Councillor as in who? Councillor as in
which
who?
councillor?
Councillor of where you're staying.
The local councillor, the one that is.
Yeah.
The one that
no. Oh my God. I feel so embarrassed. No.
Name. Definitely, I mean, to even look at government angle, I think that is where we need to start from the basis. Is the federal government releasing allocation, yes or no? They claim they are. Is the state receiving the allocation? Yes, is state disbursing this allocation to the local government? Are they? So if my streets, I don't have, my gutter is filled up. If it rains, there's going to be mosquito everywhere. My kids will be sick. And councillor is somewhere that has been given money to fix my gutter. So I think before we look at the bigger things, we need to look at the little things that affect us direct. Those are the governments that affect us direct. So if you are able to fix that, then it proceeds to the top.
So the question now is, how do you fix that?
Well, I mean, that's why, I mean, with everybody that we have here, this is me, this is my observation. This is my observation, and I think we should also look into those micro fixes as well. And I respect.
Like, has anybody? There's a video going on the internet here of Lee Kuan Yew, the former prime minister of Singapore, where he was talking about how when they first built all the high rises and they got the people, the Singaporeans that were living in their mud huts, and they moved them in. So one of the first problems they were facing was people taking piss and taking a shit in the elevators. They tried everything they could to get people to stop. Malaysians they just wouldn't stop. Singaporeans just wouldn't stop. They just kept pissing and shitting. So eventually, they now put a button inside the elevator to where if it detects any wetness, it automatically stops. So he said, you gotta watch that video. It's funny. He said, once they figured that out, they now started having someone put his foot on the elevator door so to stop it from closing, so someone could go in and take a piss or take a shit in the elevator. So they now started install, like, for every step, right, they were taking to ensure that people did not take a piss or shit in the elevator, the people kept innovating, trying to find ways to get around it. And he kept talking about the step. Like, it took 7 different steps that ended with public shaming before people stopped that. And I made a video yesterday, and I said, a nation without a system of consequences never prosper. Nigeria is a free-for-all. There are no consequences in Nigeria. There are no consequences for, like, your councilman, like you said, to fix the gutter. The councilman will not. You see him in his new Honda Civic, because that's what his national cake can afford to buy him. You see him in his new Honda Civic. You see our guy, like, hey, and we will hail him. We won't hold him accountable. Come here, we won't drag him like the Europeans and they don't. Go see how the Bulgarians and Europeans do. They grab their politicians. See, you toss them in the trash.
We lack support. If one person should rise up to speak up, you will see others will just mellow somewhere. They won't talk. We lack support.
Yes,
yes. Someone stand up. Let us. We only need a force. So far, whatever we are doing is right. Definitely. I mean,
have you seen the movie Ants on Disney?
Of course. Definitely.
So that's exactly what we're talking about right now. Literally, we are the 2 million colony ants. Well, the general said the day they realize how powerful they are, it is over for the rest of us. Exactly. There's over 250 million Nigerians. There's less than 5,000 screwing us. You're telling me 250 million people don't get liver to stop 5,000?
So Isa, the thing is what you just said now. Compared to what happened during the NSAS protest, I feel without a doubt, all the elites in Nigeria almost shit their pants. Yeah, they were seen at the airports trying to flee. But then the sense of unity or kishi, as Bashir said, some few dickheads were bought, and then they sabotaged. It was a self-sabotage.
Okay, so what were the consequences for those people that were bought? After NSAS was over, what was the consequences for the ones that sold us out?
But as I know that on Twitter as it is now, there are some that have the funds and they couldn't account for the usage of the funds that were contributed during the course of the NSAS protest, and there is nothing done.
I'm saying the people that were you said that a few detractors were bought to derail the movement, right? The detractors that were bought to derail the movement, what are the consequences that they faced?
Nothing, as usual.
Absolutely none. And it goes back to my question about justice.
The next time I know now that I can go get money to derail any movement because I know the last guy, nothing happened to him, nothing will happen to me tomorrow.
Can I ask a question? Who is responsible for punishing people in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, I would say
We the people.
I'm asking the host, who is responsible for punishing people in Nigeria?
For punishing people, that would be the court system.
Yeah.
Okay. And what has the president done to the court system?
No.
Completely
That one
gutted it.
you are going up there. Justice
What do
is
you
a
mean? I don't know what the
collective
president.
thing.
I don't know what the
Before the court
president.
can make any justice, there has to be a charge.
Look, can I say something? The president
There are
and
three arms of government.
his team have bastardized the court system. All this talk of the people should do this, the people are not really empowered, educated, or organized to do anything. And this is strategic. Let's not pretend like Nigerians are naturally like this. This has been strategically.
God bless you, my brother. God bless you.
This has been it's just the same way the whites do to the black Americans. You can't say, oh, the black Americans, they don't work hard. These people have been strategically preyed upon. Nigerians have been strategically preyed upon by the elites, you know. So for years, probably that is why it was a surprise for you when you started meeting the average Nigerians and started seeing how they think and behave. It was a big shock for you. I'm sure it was. And it was also a big shock for me. It is not generally their own fault. When people say, oh, Nigerians are a reflection of their leaders, no, I see white crap people. I go to organized country, I see how the people behave. They're not good, they are not the best of people, but their leaders do the right thing. That is why,
because they hold them accountable.
Now we have,
in America,
we have a group of
I was
Their
born here.
leaders do the right
I was
thing
born
because
here,
they are
partially raised.
citizenry
Let me
puts
say this.
pressure
Let
on
me
them
say,
to do
I was
the right
born
thing.
here,
It's not
right?
because they are morally better. Go
Wait,
ahead.
I was born here, partially raised, and I still live here.
Ooh.
The moment the Americans stopped holding their leaders accountable was about 2 or 3 presidencies ago. Look what's happened since then. 2 or 3 presidencies ago, if Bush the first did what Trump is doing, Bush would have been sentenced to life in prison. He would have been life in prison or dead by now.
I don't believe that.
No,
Bush.
sorry.
I don't believe. Can I?
I differ from you saying that the people are not the reflection of the government. The people are solely the reflection of the government.
100%.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Just chill, bro. I'll give you an example. When rent falls, what happened to transport fee?
The host gave
transport fee. It will be like double of what you normally take your transport.
Okay.
Just a rainfall. Not that the government increase money for fuel.
And
but
at night as well.
We ourselves, the way we treat ourselves, will give the elite power to treat us how they wish.
All right. The people who always do rubbish. The host gave an example of Singapore. When they put them in high-rise building, people were still shitting and pissing in the elevator. Since he is their leader and is a reflection of his people, why didn't he also start shitting and pissing in the elevator?
No.
So this argument.
Lee Kuan Yew is a completely different man. This is someone
all
that
right.
He is considered by majority of people to be the greatest leader that ever lived. So that man is a special type of. He's different.
Please, can I
how many government buildings that people have destroyed?
Can I try to just get my point across? Can I please just try to? I've been to
instead of asking, go ahead and say it.
I've been to several countries, good countries, working countries. Most of the people are shit. Most of the people are shitty. The government just chooses to work. Point blank. Are you telling me our leaders don't know the right thing to do? Are you telling me our leaders cannot change Nigeria? They choose. It is a choice. They choose not to. They will not. Please, can I finish? Can I at least finish something?
The government came from the people.
Let him get to his point.
They choose not to. When you are saying the people, they are starving, they are suffering, they have reasons why they misbehave. Our leaders do not. Our leaders take courses, they have diplomas, they have degrees, they visit these countries, they live there, they experience everything, they know how these good working economies work from start to finish. Are you telling me that these people under Abacha will be trying the same nonsense that they are trying under Tinubu? They would not. You put a Nigerian in a place where people are doing rubbish, Nigerians will do rubbish. You put Nigerians in a place where there's strict rules, Nigerians will behave strict. They will not try anybody or anything. If you look at your workplace, you know that.
No, Nigeria was safest under Abacha because under Abacha, it was a simple rule. If you catch them, shoot them.
So
catch them, shoot them. No police, no courts. If you catch them, shoot them. They stopped coming out. You could drive anywhere during Abacha's time. It was safe. Nigeria was.
We all celebrated when he died.
Because we didn't know what.
Speak for yourself. Exactly. Speak for yourself, bro.
Listen. I was in. Listen. I was in elementary school when Abacha died. I was in Bose in Ebeda.
This is how good Nigerians had it. That under Abacha, we were rejoicing because that was how good do you think Nigerians right now would want to go back to that presidency? That's the point I'm making. Like we during Abacha's time, military regime, every 6 months in Nigeria there was a protest. Every 6 months, even though he was a military administrator, a military president, Nigerians were holding him accountable.
Yeah.
As soon as what's his name got into office, what's his name?
Abiola.
Obasanjo was when Nigerians decided, you know what, everybody up there can do what the fuck they want to do. Nigerians have protested governors multiple times during military regime. Nigerians have protested left and right. We had that. At some point, we just stopped and decided, you know what, we go better.
We did not stop. We did not. No, please don't say we stopped. Nigerians.
What did we do?
Nigerians, look at what happened to people during NSAS. People have been protesting, and the government has been clapping down more and more on the.
Yes.
If the government allowed people to freely protest as much as they want, this government would have been gone a long time.
Why would they? What is the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
So you go out, they will shoot you. You will go back. You will go out, they will shoot you. You will go back.
As I always say, it's our power to change. As I always say, it's our power.
You haven't thought about, okay, while we're protesting, let us send the strongest of us to stay near police barrack or army barrack. The moment they hear gunshot, go in there and start.
Mr.
Let those soldiers that are there shooting you now hear that there are people in barracks going after their families.
Mr. Issa, shooting protesters is not a brand new thing. Most of these protests that are going on all over Africa, they were shot times, and the people did not go back home. They continued pushing forward. Majority of the protests. If you look at Nepal, didn't they shoot them? All these countries, they shot them.
What just happened in Brazil?
Please,
give me one moment.
Give me opportunity to talk.
Let me finish. Are you going to tell me that those people that they shot that actually continue to protest, are you telling me that they are mad? Are you telling
me? So why do we stop every time? Why do we stop when gunshots start?
Issa, please give me opportunity to respond.
Go ahead.
Give me the opportunity to respond. But sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, it's not like protest is completely useless. You understand? But me personally, I don't think we can make too much headways through protesting. I think the most effective route for us is to be able to boycott these people. But that would take us to organize ourselves to a very, very large extent, to a very sophisticated level. So if you go out and protest, bro, they will kill you and nothing will happen. But yes, as you said, I think you said this thing back in one of your lives. These people are not more than us. Them and their friends, they are not more than us. If we can organize a nation who will come inside your house and come and shoot you, I'll be throw tear gas, I'll be carry you into prison. But that's the thing. And that's why I have to, like challenge all of us that are here. We're representative of the quote unquote middle class, you understand? Because if we should ever call for that nationwide sit at home, it is us that work in corporate organizations, the so-called Nigerian professionals. It is us that are going to break that picket line. Do you understand?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Sorry, can you tell me of a group of people in this world that got freedom without violence?
No, of course, it will get to that point, but
okay,
it should begin.
Can I say something
through that way? Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I've listened to what everybody has said so far, and I feel like everybody has a good point, but everybody is missing the main thing that we are not really doing is when we talk about the citizenry. Yes, it's okay. The leaders should have the right mind, and they have diplomas, but we cannot absolve the everyday citizen from their responsibility. Isn't it so? Somebody said we have to say, don't ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
Because I would like to say something after this.
That is a question that only someone living in a country that works for its people.
God bless you. Someone that is a citizen. Yes.
You cannot ask that in Nigeria.
Of the world.
You cannot ask that in Nigeria.
Do Americans have two heads? Do Americans have two heads? There is protest every single day in this country.
It's because their police will not go out and kill them randomly.
Their police kills them. Please don't tell me that. Police shoots them. Ask Black Lives Matter. They were shooting them. They were killing them. Please. Let me land.
All right, go ahead, bro.
No, I'm almost done. The problem is that the like I said before, it's not just the leaders, it's the people, it's the citizens itself. We are the power. If we don't spend our money, they will not have money to spend. If we are not patronizing them, we are not going to. If we are not showing up to work, we have the power. But the problem is, like the guy was saying, it will be us that will first break the picket line. It will be us. But because we are not self-sustained as we were before. Before, if you are going to the market, you buy this, you buy that, you are supporting your local people, you are supporting the local farmer, you are supporting the guys who is putting yam in the ground. Those were things that we could count on. We could count on each other. And the more we count on people like Indomie.
I don't even think Nigerian politicians are...
Sorry, froze. I guess, Victor, you've been quiet. Do you have anything to add to the panel?
So I think I'll draw from what Ibrahim first said when he talked about us not knowing our individual councillors, not knowing people from our own grass communities. And I think if we are going to look for a solution to whatever is happening to us, like what is going on now, has to be. I think I'll also bring up something you said from one of your videos where you said we can't have just one head, because if you have just one head, he will be bought.
We have to be a Hydra.
Yeah, exactly. It needs to be Hydra, such that we need to start this in our own grassroots communities where we hold the people directly accountable. Your councillors, lead protest against them. Don't start a protest against the presidency or the fucking governors. Start protests. If 20 people went to the local government building to protest, that's a very large protest compared to what they are protesting against, as compared to leading just 1,000 people to protest against presidency. So I think if we do this from our own very grassroots community, and I'm saying like this is a very actionable step where we start right now, where it's possible like everyone makes the decision tonight, and from tomorrow everyone starts like talk to your neighbor. I don't think we should not have good roads in this our area. Let's gather ourselves and march up to a local government building. Like this is.
I want to say, right? I don't believe in protest. I don't believe.
I'm with you on that, Isa.
Anything anything that's bad enough for you to protest, the people that put you in that position know already. Protests are ways is a way for them to control you, to stop you from killing them and fucking them up.
Believe in?
Violence.
Okay, now Issa,
I want
agree with you
Abokini.
on that.
But
However,
Issa, we cannot win a violent confrontation against these
Yes,
people.
we can.
yes,
we
yes,
can.
you
I don't
can,
think
but
we can.
Rashid,
I
you
don't
don't
Yes,
think
know
we
we can.
can.
nothing.
Nepali
No,
You
people.
I
don't know
don't.
nothing. Rashid,
No.
I'm going to say this, and I will let
Rashid,
you. I'm going to say something, and I will let you use what I said to think of a solution. Right.
All right. All
Through
right.
history, there are
Mm.
two ways. There are two ways to control man through history.
Mhm.
One is fear of death,
Fear.
Mhm.
and
Yep.
fear of death can be overcome.
Yes.
Once a man overcomes fear of
Once you
death, you
accept it.
can never
Yeah.
control him again. The
Yeah.
second one, you
Mm.
can never overcome it. The fear of your loved ones being hurt.
Hmm.
That's how they control our African leaders. When they find a fearless African leader, then they remind him, you have children. And that's when they start going, okay, you know what? I want my children to live. No one on this planet, I won't say no one, 99.9% of people on this planet will acquiesce when you have their children. When you're serious, you'll do what the fuck you need to do. It's really simple.
Can I just say something about
Can
this?
I?
You can get violent without being violent. If you did now, we grab your pikin, they tell you, get what? When you are ready, you will do what you need. Do you understand? I'm not joking when I said if Bola Tinubu does 8 years in Nigeria, when he is done with the 8 years, I swear to God, that man would have sent us back 60 years.
I agree. I agree.
He is dismantling all our infrastructure. I went to Nigeria. I found out water board. They don't dismantle water board. Do you understand how bad that is?
What is
If everybody has to start digging their own borehole.
Somebody's asking what is waterboard.
that is the Department of Water in Nigeria.
Yeah, but that's symptomatic of the situation we are talking about.
Hey, beautiful. Max, go to your bed.
So, can I talk?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So down to solutions. I don't know. This may seem trivial to you. You understand? But two things. I think that a few actionable steps. The first one is something that I do. I lived in China for like 2 years. I went to study, and it was a big culture shock for me because they are an advanced society. Just to drill it down to a very anywhere you go in the developed world, you don't litter, and nobody has to sit you down and orient you about not littering. So when I finished and I came back, the thought struck me as my consciousness began to increase that, okay, why will I go to another person's country and be afraid to litter his country and then come back home, no matter how deplorable our state is, and then I'm drinking water in the car and I'll just throw it, or I'll throw pure water and everything. So that's a little action, a little revolutionary action that I'm doing from my own perspective, and due to the power and influence that I have at my disposal. Of course, as I grow, I'll do a lot more. And then the second solution that I want to bring is, and please critique, this is just something that I'm thinking of. Also, that here now, there's this rumor that, not rumor, there's news that Dangote wants to float at least 20% of his refinery, right?
I've never heard anything about that.
Okay, you've not heard about it on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, so that Nigerians can participate and get stocks. Yeah. So I think that's another actionable steps that we as people, because we cannot challenge these people without economic power and political power. So anybody, I don't know your circumstances. If political power is more accessible to you, you go that way. If economic power is more accessible for you, you go that way. So basically, I'm thinking about it like a crowdfunding kind of thing. Do you understand? For the people to raise capital and then be able to do a lot of social projects through that. So that's what I was thinking of since I heard the news. So
what I heard, what I've been hearing since we started this whole panel, since we started this live, I'm being honest, I've been hearing everyone try to figure out a way to fix Nigeria while leaving the people in power in place. No one's been talking about removing them. That's everyone has been talking.
Okay,
you've all been dancing around.
If we can see like a practical step that is likely to succeed for us to remove these people, trust me, I know, but maybe I'm not exposed enough, but these people are incredibly powerful. You understand? They have the
Zimbabwe.
monopoly of violence in this country, and they'll kill you and nothing will happen. You understand? So this is me trying to be practical.
That's what I said. The fundamental difference between the white man and the black man is that the white man is willing to kill for what he wants.
Thank you. Yeah, I love that thing that you said. You are right. You're right.
You should be thinking the other way. I'm willing to kill, not willing to die.
Okay, then how are we going to like purchase the arms and sustain that resistance if we don't accumulate capital in the beginning? That's where I'm thinking about
like this. They say industrious Nigerians. You're telling me you know fit make one arrow for house?
Oh my God, bow and arrow. That's how they fucked us up now. Bow and arrow. Okay, I'm listening.
Strategy. How are you going to talk about strategy and then listen?
I'm listening.
You want to be strategic, right?
Yes.
500 people in one neighborhood will go on arrow. Let me or in rooftop spread, or who is entering that neighborhood?
Bashir, if Nigerian
anybody with a helicopter or tank or anything that'll destroy. Listen, the arms race is over now. But
listen, you guys have done
Wait, let's listen to Isa. Let's listen to Isa. I want to understand.
Sorry for interrupting.
I don't want to get in trouble. Let me give you guys something.
Listen, please. Let's listen to Isa. I want to hear what he has to say. Please, guys.
Let me.
All right, Isa, go ahead. No, let Isa finish.
First things first. To get me, I've thought about this. I said 20 good men, it could be done. 20. You know how you do it. You find one. Did you see that video with Sheyi Tinubu where that woman was praising him?
Yes.
You saw that bodyguard next to him. You saw that bodyguard next to him? Find that bodyguard's house. Find the bodyguard's house. When the bodyguard leaves, grab his wife and children and call him. You have a choice. Deliver Sheyi to us, or you will never see your wife and children again. Once Sheyi is in your
that is the same.
Hand. Listen now, you ask question, make an answer. Once Sheyi is in your hand, then once Sheyi is in your hand, you say, sorry, we forgot. We'll release your wife next. We need you to you listen. 4 or 5 important people. One of them has to be ADC to the person you're trying to get to. Everyone has listen. This is how they control us. They have you with God. You hear that stuff with me right now. God forbid, his father will do anything for him. Anything. That is the reason why us.
You said whose father will do anything?
Any father will do anything for their child. That is the reason why. Wait.
Let him finish, please. I'm sorry. Yeah, let him finish, please. Let him finish.
I'm sorry, Isa. We don't get hearts. I've made multiple videos on TikTok, and I've said, listen, let me give you an example. Sudan, or not Sudan, sorry. I said, this is what I would do. Whoever has a kid, please mute yourself, please.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. Yeah, please. We can hear you, Isa.
So, it's really simple. If there's a war coming to Nigeria, right? Or no, Sudan, I use Sudan example, or Congo. I say, there's definitely a Congolese man right now who has lost his family to the war in Congo. There's a Sudanese man that has lost everything.
Yeah.
If I were that guy, I would work my way. I would learn what I need to learn. I would make my way to UAE. And I would make my way to UAE. They will be sitting down one day. I've lost everything. My mother is dead. Everyone is dead. I'll go to a very important. I said I will learn what I need to learn. I'll have my nice briefcase. Walk into a certain building and blow that bad bitch up. Before I do, I'll let them know this is for Sudan. Once the second guy does it, the third guy does it, the UAE start saying, look, man, these Sudanese are bringing that shit here. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Cut off funding.
That's what's it.
So even at the cost of your life, that's what you are saying.
Congo, you have to be strategic. You have to be strategic. Look at Congo right now.
Yeah.
Congo is when it comes to natural resources, right? Congo is literally the wealthiest country in the world.
I think that was the Guardian
Congo
of
is
it.
literally
Yeah,
the wealthiest
yeah,
country in the world. That
yeah,
means in an
in the world.
ideal world, if the Congolese were actually in charge of their own resources, that means every single man and woman in this world, their end goal not to end up with a Congolese. You end up with a Congolese woman, has monthly salary from the government, you're made for life. You end up with a Congolese man, the monthly salary from the government, you're made for life. But Congo right now, poverty index, they're at the bottom. The richest country is literally the poorest. So you know what I would do if I'm a Congolese person who has lost family to that war? It's simple. What are the companies that refine cobalt? Because that's the one thing they keep coming. Where are the companies that refine cobalt? I'll pick one company. Where are the executive board? I'll pick one. This man, I'll stalk him, find his child when they pick him up from school. Excuse me, how you doing? Hi, I'll walk up, slit his child's throat. This is for Congo. Let them understand that the consequences of bringing war to our land is that their children will die.
People from
Can I say something? Most unfortunately, you grew up with the elites. They understand that. They would do that. But the average Nigerian, let me tell you how the average Nigerian thinks. Yes, I understand your perspective. If you
I understand why you are laughing, Isa. But go ahead, senior man.
When you speak to Nigerians this way, majority of Nigerians, they don't punch up, they punch down. That is all they know how to do. They can't even imagine punching up. Majority of them can't imagine punching up. That is why they do tribal fights, because they want to punch down. That is why most of them are misogynist, because they want to punch down. That is why they do religious fights, because they never, ever punch up. Never.
You're right.
Never ever punch up.
Sorry, let me ask you one question.
If you steal their money, they will respect you more, because they cannot punch you up, because they believe you are above them. They have this psychological trauma that they cannot, even this thing that you are saying, they can't imagine it.
Listen,
you have to explain how to do it to them.
Can I say one thing?
Crazy to you? But I bet you, Isa, if it was somebody below them, they will know how to do this thing you are explaining.
All right, Soli, let Ibrahim talk.
I have one question. I have one question.
If it was their house girl, you won't need to explain it to them. They will do it without you telling them what to do. That is the unfortunate problem.
All right, Ibrahim, you got the floor.
Challenge anybody that they feel is above them. They don't challenge anybody.
Look.
I feel your frustration. Let Ibrahim the floor.
So the thing is, sorry, let us see this gathering here as, let us rub minds. Let us look for, if you've lived in Nigeria, you've traveled out and all of that, you must have sit down one day and look at it like, okay, this is the problem. What Nigerian are you? You said it earlier that you don't think there's anything to fight for in Nigeria. What you just said there, you mentioned
I said for the vast majority of people.
People who have nothing to lose, they have
nothing to live with. Yeah, nothing to fight for.
But I'm more concerned about, as far as this panel is concerned, I'm more concerned about, you keep using the word they. I'm more concerned about individually, we are here. We are concerned Nigerian. He has talked about how or what he thinks is the solution to our problems. What Nigerian are you? What kind of solution do you think you can bring up to the table? Tender it. It's not just within us. There are a lot of other people.
See, I get what you're saying, Ibrahim. Before you get there, there's a possibility that this might be the first time he has had an opportunity to have this type of panel to really discuss issues when it comes to Nigeria. So the first thing you have to understand is, for a lot of people, you have to give them opening to vent. People are frustrated. People are frustrated. So I understand where he is frustrated. I have gone through this. So some people just want to vent and because in the venting, he could say something that will spark something and have you thinking, oh shit, that was the final piece looking for.
Can I get one statement in? What Isa said is, the funny thing is, I have to acknowledge my own bias and my own fears in some of these conversations, because what Isa said about go to the bodyguard and do this, You know that is what America's CIA did to Venezuela. They are trying to overthrow Maduro right now. And a news report just came on CNN that the CIA in America, they approached his pilots. All of
Yeah, I
his
saw the
pilots,
video.
you saw the video. They were all in like in Brazil or something. They were getting the planes fixed,
They
and
were
the
going to give the
CIA
pilot
went
$20
there.
million.
Exactly. They said you will be a wealthy man for the rest of your life. You will never want for anything. They went to all of his pilots. He has like 2 or maybe 3 or 4 pilots that they do. But they sat down with him, the CIA in America, they sat down with him and they said, listen, all you have to do is bring Maduro when he's in the plane, that's their president, though, bring him to a safe location in the Caribbean or the Virgin Islands where the Americans can arrest him and bring him to justice. They will make him the wealthiest man. The guy didn't do it. They don't know why he didn't do it, but the thing is, what Issa is saying is, when you want to make change, who cares what they don't care. America doesn't care. They don't care who is going to hurt. They don't care. They didn't care that man had a family. They don't care that Maduro has children. They don't care that I know his cousin, I know his kidney. Maybe it will be no. They said, listen, we are going to do this. We are going to ask these people to do these kind of things because that is in the best interest of who? America. Now, Maduro said he has foiled 4 attempts on his life. He has foiled 4 attempts by the CIA on his life. America is constantly probing every single country, everywhere, trying to find an advantage. I don't know if you guys they're trying to find an advantage. And what we don't have the stomach for is what Issa is saying. We do not have that stomach. We do not have. I've realized that even when you were saying it, my stomach was like, is this man talking? What's this guy? We don't have the stomach for it because, okay, maybe me, I don't, but maybe it's because of the way we have been brought up, or maybe because of the way I've been brought up. I've been brought up in a way to think that is the uncivilized way. But when I look at the way America treats it, that is how the supposed most civilized country treat everybody else. We will take over you by will or by force. If you don't want it, we will do it anyway. So what Nigerians have to start thinking is, if America, if they want to take you out, they will take you out by force. They will change the regime any way they want to. Maduro said to them, take the oil, take the resources. They said, no, we are going to kill you. We are going to remove you from power. And that is all. That's what Trump said, though. That's not something that's what Trump said. They offered him everything.
I heard.
Everything.
The Nobel Prize winner that they selected to be his replacement.
Yeah,
said the lady that just won the Nobel Peace Prize, she's going to be Maduro's replacement. She said she's going to privatize everything.
Yeah.
She said she's going to make sure her country is very, very friendly with Israel. She's a Jewish woman.
Yeah, the Zionist sympathizer.
Zionist. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so Issa, me, it's not like I'm against, your proposed solution or anything. My point is, like, I'm looking at the end. You understand? What is it that we want to achieve?
Yeah, I have to agree with Issa. I'm sorry, I have to agree. I have to agree with him.
Sorry, I can't.
Give me a group of people in this world that achieve true freedom without violence.
There is none. Shinenike Chema. Yes, like, I accept that. But what I'm saying is, we should look at, like, the most practical way for us to get to attain that goal. If it is violence, I mean, the solution that you propose, trust me, I'm all for it. You understand? I'm just saying, from my own level of understanding, I cannot see how we win that. But if I can be convinced about that, as I said, the way to get to the promised land is not my issue. It's for us to get there. So if your proposal is the most, you understand, most effective way, then trust me, I'm all for it. Me, that's my position.
Let me tell you how a system of violence can work.
Hello.
When you are a leader and you do not know where you are always under violent attack. and you do not know where that violent attack is always coming from. You know that you have angry citizens, and any of them each day are always trying to take you out. Now you
Absolutely.
have of the people. Whenever you want to take a stupid action against them, you start thinking about your own life and your family's life. Then you start making right decisions. You don't need to remove them from power. You just need to show them that anything can happen to them anytime, at any point in place.
Oh my God! Nobody is untouchable. Okay.
Who did it or
in Brooklyn here.
It will
In
just
Brooklyn here, Tinubu's daughter.
of violence.
Solely you be senior man. You just made me understand. You are right.
Tinubu's 19-year-old daughter. A few years ago, it was printed in a newspaper article here in New York. Tinubu's 19-year-old daughter bought a $5.2 million house in Brooklyn. 19-year-old. It's very simple.
Comfortable enough to show you that.
It's very simple.
They don't respect you.
In New York,
God bless you, Soli. I agree.
Let me say this: New York is one of the
Let
few places.
talk.
New York is one of the few places where you could wear a balaclava. That's what they call shiesty. New York is one of the few places in America where you can wear that and walk around all day, every day, 24/7. Police no go stop you. It's normal in New York. It's simple. Wear the shiesty, go in her building, and slip a note under her door. We're getting tired of your daddy. What does heaven look like? We're coming back.
And you continue to do this over and over, different places.
She'll move. She'll have a friend, best friend that she knows. That one will go find with you. She'll move that house. You think it's that the only house she has? She doesn't. She'll move once she moves. Give her 2 weeks. Hey baby, remember we told you we're tired of daddy.
This nigga.
Well, now, touche. Now I understand. I understand what you guys do.
Hey, you don't.
Just basically to put the fear of God in them.
Not God.
As me and my papa know they talk today. If person want threaten my papa and he come here right now and he set camera to my face, I'm pretty sure my dad will empty his bank account. That's the point I'm trying. Any parent, if there's a parent here, what are you going to do for your child?
Oh my God! There's nothing I wouldn't do.
So if you want change, go after their children.
It's they know what to do. If it was a poor man's child, they would know what to do. If it was a poor man's child,
I
them. They know. They just can't punch up. They just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Petty bourgeoisie, bro. Petty bourgeoisie, bro.
I think it's back in the day. It was people. Even think about comedians back in the day. They used to everybody punched up, right? Because you don't want to beat up on people who can't do anything for themselves.
Idris Abdul Karim.
It's almost fun. Like it's almost like that's the thing is to punch down on people who can't help you. You make fun of immigrants. You make fun of this. You talk about people. These people can't do anything for you. It's okay to demonize these people, to say they are the scapegoats to your problem. They are the reason you are poor. The reason you are poor is not because the government is stealing your money. It's because Lagbaja is over there got $1 extra than you. So we have to get over that mentality. And like I said, I haven't had the stomach for it because I didn't think about it the way the government thinks. When you think about it the way the government thinks about it, they will do anything to maintain their power, whether it's kidnap, whether it's murder, whether it's pillage, whether it's using cybersecurity, whether it's using.
Oh my God! This explains why they are negotiating with terrorists and doing all those rehabilitation things. Yes. Oh my God! Yeah, I get it.
Can I ask a good question? Can you guys estimate how much in dollars you feel like you are entitled to that Nigeria owes you and your parents? Just give me an estimate.
Oh my God, bro, God bless you. I did this analysis a couple of months ago. Yes, every let me answer your question. Every Nigerian citizen is entitled to at least a $20 to $30 million annual lifestyle. And I don't mean like money. I mean like investment in infrastructure, education, roads, all those kind of things. You understand?
I don't get it. No, I don't understand.
You don't understand.
Why
should I explain?
Yes, please.
Nigerians are not entitled enough, because if you truly believe that money is yours, you will fight for it. But you don't. You are not
Uh-huh.
entitled enough. I am entitled because I know how much Nigeria owes me.
Hello, can I speak?
When they do all this, their parade and all this thing, it's my money they are spending, my fucking money.
It's your blood.
I shouldn't
Guys,
be working.
we have Ola. We have two new people. Let's give them the floor. Ola wants to speak. Ola, you have the floor.
All right. Ola, welcome.
Okay. Okay, good evening, everyone. So, good morning.
Wow.
So, wherever you are.
Morning, Ola.
So, my point is, Mr. Isa Bako proposed violence. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, we can all hear you.
Okay, you just muted yourself.
Okay, it's the network over here. It's the network.
All right. We can hear you now.
So, can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Isa
loud and
Bako
clear.
proposed violence, but the problem now is, in order for violence to operate well, there must be unity. In a Nigeria where you have people separated by culture, by ideology, by classism, how are we to organize enough that we can strike as one? That is the crisis.
I can give you the answer to that.
Please go ahead, Bako.
Look at the same people that were in the midst of that protest that were sent to sabotage.
The Kenyan
Let Isa answer.
We asked the question, how can we unite enough? The answer is the Kenyan finance bill. A few months ago, I think it was September last year, the IMF brought a bill to Kenya that basically says they're going to raise their taxes to the point where they're unable to pay. And if you owe taxes to a certain point, they will take your land. That land will go to IMF. White people are now finding ways to take land from. They hike the tax to where nobody can afford it. And then if you owe to a certain point, they will take your land. Kenyans saw that I made a video and I said, Kenyans, what are you willing to do to fight for your land? And do you know why that was very successful? That was the first time. That was the first time Kenyans did, all tribes got together. What was the Kenyan government doing? The Kenyan government started releasing news stories. Oh, the Kiki you people are damaging the care. The same way they would do in Nigeria. They would say, the Hausas are doing this. The Swahili are doing this. The Jersey say na lie. The Kiki you are not doing shit. Everybody was surprised. Everybody was shocked. So the answer to your question, Ola, is when people are tired enough, they will put tribalism to the side.
If people are what enough?
Tired enough.
People are very ignorant. People are not willing to listen. I always have people, they will take it as face value. You get?
Yes, let me tell you let me summarize the thing. Like what he's trying to say is that his only problem that is gonna unite us, like the real problem. Let me give you an example. There is a time that I don't know if this thing happened in Lagos when MTN were blocking people's line. Just everybody randomly they're just blocking people's line. I think it's last year, maybe, or earlier this year. They were blocking people's time, and it got to the point that like a bunch of people were so furious that they went to their office, start destroying so many things, you understand, destroying their listen. And these people were forced to unlock their line without even telling them to follow the process. They kind of follow the line, all those stuff. They started unlocking everybody's line immediately, and those people that were destroying the things, all of them did not know themselves. You understand? The only thing that unites them is their problem. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. So that's
yes. I do. The struggle is what unites us. The struggle, the problem is what unites us.
The problem with this is Nigerians have been trained to accept struggle and pain. Ego beta is one of the worst things that has ever happened to us as a people.
Part of it is religion. I'm not going to lie.
Ego beta, we need to do something.
Part of it is religion. Religion and Christianity and Islam says the life you're waiting for is in the next life. Yes. Wait. Pray. Donate. Pray. Donate. Yes. The life you're looking for. Prosperity.
When your oppressor has built his own heaven on your land.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is, check this out, right? A lot of people bring up the Islam and Christianity thing, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it. I don't think religion is a problem. Religion has never been a problem in Nigeria. Our mindset and our approach to religion is the problem.
Class is the number one problem.
Our approach to religion, because right now, if we get rid of Islam and Christianity right now, we will turn our traditional priest into godlike status the same way we're doing to pastors. Our traditional priest will become some of the richest men. If traditional priest says, don't drink water on Mondays, nobody will drink water on a Monday. It is our approach, and that comes from that comes from an enslaved mind. You start waiting for a Messiah. If anybody here who follows me when I was on TikTok last year, I used to do live a lot. If you knew me during the tracks thing, when I had things whatever with tracks, I had grown men come on my live crying, telling me you're the guy we were waiting for. I stopped doing lives at that point because I'm like, look, man, if there's one thing,
weird.
Because I'm like, if there's one thing, in America, this has been proven. The FBI literally has a file or a folder called the Black Messiah. It's been proven. The Black Messiah is basically
Malcolm X, Martin Luther King.
Basically, in America,
Fred Hampton.
Chill, dude. In America, there's Mormons, the Latter-day Saints in Nigeria. Those are the Mormons. Their original belief, if you know what they believe, so the original Mormon belief is that back in the heavens, right? God and the devil had a fight. They had war. God had angels, the devil had demons. And then humans were split into three. One group helped God, one group helped the devil, and one group sat on the fence. They didn't help it, they just watched. God won, and then he sent the devil to hell, he sent demons to hell. And then the humans, the ones that helped God, God gave them white skin. The ones that helped the devil, God gave them black skin. The ones that didn't do anything, God gave them neutral skin. Those are the Latinos, the Asians. Go look this up. This is the original Mormon belief.
Children of Ham, bro.
Yeah, Mormons.
I believe majority of white Americans.
They call it Mark of Cain. It's in their Mormon Bible. They say Mark of Cain. So now you have their ideology and their beliefs, right? Mormons make up over 60% of the FBI and the CIA.
Bam.
So now wow. The world's biggest and most well-funded police force in the FBI is more than 60, at least 60%. Look it up. Mormons, they recruit from a school called BYU. BYU is in Utah. It's a Mormon school, right? So all these Mormons that come to Nigeria and Ghana for missionary, they all end up in CIA. They learn an extra language, bro. All these missionaries, that's pre-CIA. They're going there to learn everything they need to. So the Mormon belief is that because we helped the devil, God decided that we are meant to suffer on earth. And it is the white people's job to keep us in that suffering. So when they see a black person who's trying to get his people out of suffering, they literally believe it is a spiritual war. They believe you're going against their God. So that is why every African leader that has come out, Patrice Lumumba, like you said, every single African leader that has come out has been killed by the CIA. Every single black man that has come out in America to help the black community has been taken out by the FBI. That's why that's why FBI has never gone after the Ku Klux Klan, because even though they are an unregulated militia, they see them as a religious group who are doing God's work by keeping black people in check. When black people start enjoying and excelling to a certain point, that means we're stepping out of the punishment that God gave us that we're supposed to suffer on earth. So these are the Church of Latter-day Saints. It wasn't until the 70s that they believed that, it wasn't until the 70s that they now changed their beliefs that black people can be redeemed. Before 1970, that's why slavery happened in America, because they literally believed black people were not fully human. They believed black people were demon people that helped the devil. So now you understand chattel slavery in America. Their Christianity tells them that their God tells them they can own you. So I see Nigerians with Charlie Kirk's image. They were doing vigil for Charlie Kirk. The same man.
Bro, I can't even understand that. I
He
can never
wants
understand.
slavery to come back. He wants you in chains. When he died, I saw Nigerians praying for this man. I knew we were done. The man that wants you enslaved. So that's why I'm like, for me, one thing I'm going to take to my grave, 100%, I believe Kevin Samuels was killed by the FBI. Because in America, when Kevin Samuels came out in 2019 till his death, there was only one conversation Black people were having on the internet: marriage. Black people were not having any other conversations. We were just talking marriage and generational wealth. Black women on the internet in America, they were talking about going to the gym, being nicer for Black men. That was for 2 years. All we were talking about was marriage. That man had to go. He was going to undo 50 years worth of Jim Crow work. He had to go. That is something I'm going to take to my grave. So for me, I believe one thing I'm not going to do, and it put myself in a position where I'm going to die for people that clearly, from now, I'm realizing clearly ain't worth it. They ain't willing to do shit for themselves. Because they say if a man will not fight for himself, you should never fight for him.
Mr. Issa, this is how I believe it's going to play out. We keep on talking about nobody should lead the protest, this one and that one. We actually have a past antecedents of the protest without a leader, which is NSAS. And how did NSAS come about?
It had a leader.
They say that you can punch in Nigeria and push them to the wall, and they will never do that. That is a lie. Nigerians were pushed to the wall. Nigerians were boxed to a tiny corner. Palliatives were given, and the government hit the palliatives. I think people have amnesia. All the government, regardless of party, they hid free palliatives till it got spoiled. And then Nigerians just revolted, and they had no leader. If you are waiting for a leaderless protest in Nigeria, you have to wait till Nigerians are boxed to a tight corner again, which I'm very sure Tinubu is going to do. I know him. Tinubu believes he's treating Nigeria as if he's leading Yoruba people.
I love what you said.
People, you can push us to the corner, you can press us down and everything. We still manage to, but not other Nigerians from other tribes. They don't take that bullshit. That is what I've learned. He's going to push them to a tight corner where they, especially with that tax law coming in 2026 or something that
January 1st, man.
And this
that is the same thing that the Kenyans rioted over. The tax bill they did in Kenya, it didn't work. Now they're bringing it to Nigeria because it will work. Nigerians will say it go better.
And under Tinubu,
I don't think Nigeria will protest though.
The coup that was supposed to happen, that has opened a Pandora box. Because
I heard there was a coup like last week or something.
Attempt.
No, it was supposed to be.
It was 2 weeks ago.
To be during Independence Day. The plan was to gather all of, which was actually very smart, to gather all of them together in one place and actually bloodily wipe them out. That is why they canceled that Independence Day thing. That was actually very smart and organized. I'm shocked in 2025 without terrible the military is. They were still able to come up with that. But what
somebody sold out.
Yes, but what they've done
consequences.
What they've done is they've opened that Pandora box of that coup thing. So before or by 2027, another coup may happen. Because once you start one, it will keep on happening till one is successful. So either the people are going to revolt first, or a coup is. And I'm not saying the military leaders are going to be any better. I'm just saying this guy is going to push Nigerians to a point where they are going to have such a wide protest that will not have another leader again. He's going to do it. That is my own prediction. That is the only way you are getting a leaderless protest in Nigeria.
Also, I wanted to say, when I heard the ranks of the people that were going to do in Nigeria, I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't trust anyone, colonel and above, doing coup in Nigeria. Once you've attained the rank of colonel in Nigeria and above, you have entered the elite. You are part of the elite now.
That's why you kept on saying captain earlier.
It has to be a young like Ibrahim captain. It has to be a young, tired, angry officer, major, captain, someone like that. It could even be a fucking enlisted sergeant, but it cannot be a colonel and above. These are the people. These are the executive level. Once in the military, once you reach colonel, you're literally seen as an executive. Once you reach those people are usually. It's rare to find those people who want to do coup for the sake of Nigeria. Like it would be for the sake of their pockets. They felt they already taste the national. They don't taste that. They know what it tastes like. They're not doing it for you.
Yeah, power is one of those things. In power is something I've realized humans don't handle very well. Power is something that it corrupts, and it can corrupt absolutely, especially people who that they feel like they've been waiting in line, or they are hungry, or they are whoa, it should have been my turn. I could have done it better than him. I can't remember a leader that has come out and said, listen, I'm not here to enrich my pockets. I'm here to enrich the people. If there was ever a
Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Yaradua was one such.
He was that guy, but he died. I believe he was killed.
Yeah, of course he was killed.
What I was going to land that was he was going to be murdered.
Yaradua right now, from what I have seen, his short tenure in Nigeria, in my opinion, has been the best president we've ever had in Nigeria. What he has done in the short tenure. And
absolutely, I can't argue with that.
Yaradua is someone that gives me hope, because during Yaradua's presidency, he's the first man I have not seen anyone come out and be tribalistic. Like, no one could use his tribe against him. Everyone as talks about him gives him credit. So that tells you that in a working Nigeria, we will forget all our tribalism.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. In a working Nigeria, we will forget our tribalism.
And Mr. Issa, can you see now that we are back to that my question about justice? It is purely about justice. You cannot run a society. There is no society that can, improve economically, sociopolitically without justice in that society.
Yes. If people feel like there's no justice, there will be nothing that will be getting done.
Exactly.
No. If you feel like this person can steal from me and there's nothing that will happen to him, what will be my incentive?
To act right. What will be my incentive not to?
Consequences. Nothing.
Yeah.
None. Because imagine there's a governor's son right now on Twitter or TikTok. I don't know his name. Some guy like this. I see flexing. I don't know who it is, but the level of flexing I saw. This guy open bag with fresh notes, as in this G-Wagon. And I'm not saying that Nigerians are in his comments. And I'm looking like, do you understand that every day you wake up to work and you receive salary, out of your salary, every day, a cut of that salary is what you're watching. It's taken out of your salary so that and the government said, if you give us this money, every salary, we're going to give you good roads, we're going to give you good healthcare, we're going to give you good infrastructure, we're going to give you safety, security, and peace if you give us a portion of your money. You said okay.
The pump of Madaraba.
To go and buy G-Wagon and flex on you. So
Mr. Issa, I will advise you, don't stress yourself on this. When they are ready, you see, they have the power to fight. We can see when they are fighting the house girl, or when they are fighting the driver, or when they are fighting somebody from the people. They see how smart and sharp they are. You see the don't let them deceive you. If they want to fight, they know how to fight. They just
I don't think Richard has said anything. Richard, sorry, we've been jumping up. Sorry, you have the floor, Richard.
I was just enjoying the conversation.
Okay. All right, Solly, you have the floor.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out, I don't know whether you guys have addressed it, but for Nigerians to be good, not just the politicians, a lot of people have to go. Like
100%.
Millions have
like
to be wiped
a
out.
lot.
No,
It's
no,
not,
no,
Is it
no,
is,
no.
is
not,
it Dr. Umar who said some of them will not make it to the promised land with us?
We have to
Yeah.
Some of
yeah.
the guys
But
don't.
bro,
They're not going to make
bro,
it.
they are
Here's what
not
I'm
up to a million. Trust me, they are not up
They
to
are
a
here's what I'm
million.
saying. Here's what I'm
No,
saying.
no, that
The total
much.
number
That
of people
much.
that are
You're
going
the
to
ones
go,
not
right?
saying it. That much.
If
That
I was
much.
going to do
When
this, it has to be brutal. And when I say brutal, it has to be extremely brutal.
Thank you.
Meaning,
yes,
Wike right now, if it were me,
yes.
Wike is
He
gone.
is, he has to even.
His
I
sons will
will have
follow.
to say,
His sons
yeah,
will follow. His wife will follow. His
yeah.
brother will follow.
North Korea style.
All his his immediate circle that helped chop that
Even
national,
China.
they
Yes,
will follow.
yeah.
They will, so even his wife, every wife and children will go. Your
But
cousins, your nephews, they will go.
the people will say, but his children did not steal the money now.
Okay, once they say what, say all you want to say, it doesn't mean shit. But points
How
here
many
is
of your children have they killed?
Let me will say something, right? Let me will say something. Let me will point out something.
But they will say,
You see,
is it because your father is not rich? Eh?
all right,
yeah,
Richard, go
yeah.
ahead.
Even the system, the single system that we call democracy, right? I really like democracy. Like this system has its own working way and has its own
Democracy.
way of going.
I'm gonna say democracy doesn't work in Nigeria. Democracy can never work
It
in
Yeah,
Nigeria.
I
cannot
agree with
work.
you.
It
I agree
cannot
with you,
work
but
in
I
Africa.
want to point. I want to point the issue. I want to point the issue with democracy. Democracy, right, it only works if one system keeps accounts or holds another system accountable. We have this thing now in Nigeria where a state governor will defect from one part to another. Then you will see the entire full state, local government, House of Rep,
From ward
everybody
level, bro.
defect.
From ward
They
level. Not
defect
even.
from one day. Like that's not democracy. That thing is like you are saying that okay, but you might not even living in even democracy. It's just a facade. You just say okay, the people can vote. But for the whole system, I say okay, no system. The House of Rep, the Senate is basically supposed to hold the president accountable. It's not working. Judges are getting cars for them up and down. We have basically bought cars. I'm not sure there's any judge in Abuja that we can not bought a car for. Everyone is just leaving. The full state will come, like one state now. But you are seeing the like no APC, most of the states, ABC, Delta, we have like Delta State now where like the entire state, everyone, like when the governor defeated, everyone defeated with him. There was
Mr.
nothing,
Bako, my hand
nobody,
is up.
nobody would say, okay, let's stay back, let's have a different dialogue, let's see. So that's not even to me, that's not even democracy. Even you are saying, okay, we are saying, okay, the system is okay, failed. That's not even, we're just living in a facade. So I believe that okay, if we're going to say, okay, take force. I don't because me, I believe in say that Nigerians leave their states, governors, and their local government chairman a little less unaccountable for the way they hold Tinubu accountable or the way they look at the president accountable. If they can press the neck, let me use that word, yeah, normally,
Yes.
if they can press the neck of everyone from the states to the local to the federal. Everybody just say, okay, yes, protest the federal government. Protesting your state government is easier than
I'm
protesting the
sorry. Let me
federal government.
interject because I said no longer at
Isa,
ease.
my
Right?
hand is up when you are done.
After you got the floor, after when I asked the question, have you ever read No Longer at Ease by Chinua Achebe?
No.
Has
No, but
anybody
I've
here
heard
read
the
it?
book.
No.
No, I've
Has
read a
anybody
couple
here?
of I've read a couple of his books. Not that one. I think Things Fall Apart. I read that one. So
All right. So
Every Nigerian has.
No Longer at Ease is about a civil servant Nigerian civil servant who goes overseas to school and comes back, and the system is about corruption. It's about how he comes back from Europe and he's shocked after schooling overseas. He's shocked that you need to bribe your way through everything in Nigeria. To get a job as a civil servant, you needed to bribe your way. To get this, you needed to bribe your way. To do this, you needed to bribe your way. That book was released in 1960.
That happened to me like a year ago.
Bribery in Nigeria has been in our DNA since before independence, the fake independence. So any other method you want to talk about, the only thing that's going to work, Nigerians have to see wanton brutality.
Yeah.
Absolute brutality to the people in power, their loved ones. They need to see bloodlines disappear. That way, it will
that's exactly what China did.
Politicians,
that's exactly what China did during the Cultural Revolution.
The day I steal,
the Maoists
is the end of my bloodline. We need wanton violence. Sorry,
Exactly,
but sure, you have the floor.
All right, so yeah, back to the issue about why democracy, is not like it's a fundamentally flawed system and why it cannot apply to, Africa. If you think about it, they say democracy is a rule of like the people for the people by the people and all that. So let's do like a little thought experiment.
Sorry,
if you think about
private chat. Sorry, I didn't realize this the whole time there was a private chat. People were sending me messages. I'm sorry. I'm sure you're listening, man.
Yeah, we'll get better. I'm sure this will be the first of many. So if you think about it, like in any population, you understand, the people that are like more the people that are educated will be far less than the people that are uneducated. Am I right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So there will be far more than the people that are uneducated. And if you say democracy is the rule of the majority of the people, what it means is that those uneducated people are going to be the people that are going to select your leaders. And what kind of leaders do you think those uneducated people are going to? So democracy is, even the Americans, they don't practice the democracy the way they preach. What's the Democratic Electoral College?
But see, this is every country you go to.
It's a constitutional democratic republic in America. It is not. There is no true democracy.
America
precisely my point. Precisely my point.
America has never been a democracy.
Never been.
You can ask any politician; they will not call it a democracy. They'll call it a constitutional democratic republic. Yes. And the republic means that we elect officials to have our best interests at heart, and then take those things, and then that's how the republic works.
I'm gonna say
exactly.
We have people in America whose vote counts more than any other person. I can't. Super delegates, they call them.
Yeah.
So we have people in America.
2016 now.
In the Electoral College, yeah.
Yeah, their vote means more.
That it weighs more. Yes. You win one.
That's how Trump won. That's how Trump won.
He won the election because he never won the popular vote. If it was a democracy, we would have had Hillary Clinton. We would have had Kamala Harris.
Exactly. And so it's a feature of the system. It's not a bug. It's a feature of the system that it is always going to produce the worst out of your society. That's how the system is structured.
All right, sorry guys. We have someone new. But we have someone new, Benny, who hasn't said anything. So let's give him a shot. Benny, welcome. You have the floor.
Welcome,
yourself.
Benny.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've listened to what you guys have been saying for like the past 2 hours and everything, and I think the only thing I'd like to add is, for all this to work, the mindset of the average Nigerian too has to change, because the reality that there's a very big reality divide between the working class in Nigeria, the elite class in Nigeria. Even the elite class, I don't even think the elite class sees the working class as human beings in Nigeria. The average Nigerian should know that the political class, the elite class, hates them.
Bro, they are not elite. But go ahead.
Okay, the political class. Let me just say the political class.
Mm-hmm.
The average
We don't have
Nigerian should know
elites in
that
Nigeria.
those ones are maybe bourgeoisies, maybe illusion of
Petty
elite.
bourgeoisie, bro.
Petty bourgeoisie, thank you.
Yeah.
The average Nigerian does not know that the politician from their president to whatever, hates their guts. It's not like anything about them. Because me too, like currently I'm doing my master's in Europe. It took me, after I spent 1 year in Europe and I came back, I realized that these our leaders in this country, they just don't want to do this thing. They don't want to do this thing.
God bless you. I've been saying that too
The
It's
most
now.
more
basic thing.
beneficial for them to have a broken
Sorry,
system than a working system.
and I don't even understand the mindset behind it. It's not greed.
But please,
It's not
yes,
corruption. Hold on. It's not greed. It's not corruption. I would say this thing is as good as hatred. Your colonizers hated you. The people that they put in place hate you more. I don't even
it's not
understand.
even it's not even hatred. It is
Hold on.
okay. Sorry, bro.
You're
Sorry,
gonna get
bro.
the
Go
floor. Let
ahead.
him have the floor.
Because I don't even understand. Because if you ask yourself now, why are these our politicians having this type of mindset? What did they actually benefit from it? European passports. These men don't know that these they are Europeans that they are working with and everything. Hate them too because they are black. It's something that really confuses me.
But they're
They'll
rich
get.
enough to join the club. That's all that matters, is that they are being accepted. That's one thing I have learned about all Black people. There's nothing we
Yes.
the most like to be in places we are
Accepted.
not wanted.
Accepted.
That's the
Yes.
same thing.
You want a meeting. You want to sit. You want a seat at the
And
table.
one
When
thing
you need to
again.
go and build your own table.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. One thing again we need to know is that among the
Mr.
average
Isa, I would
black
like to jump in.
the average black man, Jamaican or African or Black American, the average black man has a damped and damaged consciousness. Because imagine this type of thing
Yes,
now. A white
by
man goes
design.
to a white man goes to Lebanon and the store tells him it's somebody from Netherlands now. And the store tells him, please, we don't want Dutch people here. The guy would be like, you these useless Lebanese people. I beg, let me go to where I'm going to. Let you concern me with these ones. But tell an average black man now, let him go to a Lebanese store. Lebanese tells him, we don't want black people here. We don't want black people here. Look how you will react.
We must be
He
allowed
will tell
in.
them,
We
I
must
want
be
to spend my
allowed.
money here. I want to spend my money here. You are being
Let me
wicked.
buy
Yeah.
it.
I want to give you my
Look at my
money. You don't collect
money.
my
Look at
money.
my money.
I want to take my money. You
Mr.
don't
Isa,
collect my money.
let me add something, if I may.
So someone's go ahead.
Okay, so back to this the issue that the previous speaker just raised about whether it is stupidity or just hatred or anything. The way I look at it is this: like it is, I think it is more stupidity, it is more myopia. You understand? Because if these people claim to be like true capitalists, and let me use Dangote them as an example and contrast them. I don't know if anybody here has watched the series The Men Who Built America. You'll see something there about nation building, and that's why I call them petty bourgeoisie. You understand? If you think about it now, if you are truly a capitalist and you want to make money, let me give you an example. I'm from Kebbi State. We have a lot of rice. So assuming I own a rice mill, right? What is in my long-term self-interest? What serves my long-term self-interest is to increase the productive capacity of every farmer there that I buy the paddy of the rice to come and refine and make it into. You understand? And in the long run, that is going to make you understand me very, very richer. So let me give you an example. If anybody knows Andrew Carnegie, he was that steel magnate in the
Yep.
1800s. Yeah.
Carnegie Mellon
So
is named after him.
God bless you, Carnegie Mellon, and I'm getting there. These people, they build hospital, libraries and whatnot. But his idea at that time was for him to keep his factories running 24/7, for him to produce as much steel as possible and to make it accessible and affordable to the average person. Think about what that does. Now, if more people are able to buy steel, that means they are going to build more office spaces and build more infrastructure and everything. And after they do that, they'll go in, work, make more money. And when they do make more money, what do you think they are going to do? They'll come back and demand more steel from Andrew Carnegie. Think about what do you call it, in more contemporary times, when Bill Gates and Steve Jobs were talking about, you know, democratizing the power of the computer. Their motto was simple: to put the power of that computer in the hands of every American citizen. Now let's go to Henry Ford. You know, if you know about the history of the Model T, his slogan for
The
marketing
factory.
that vehicle was, yes, no, not even the factory, but yes, that's part of it. But more specifically, his model for marketing that Model T was a car for every home in America. Do you understand? And can you see the wealth that these people have generated over a significant period of time? Do you understand? Generational wealth. But the people that we have here are so myopic that they'll rather be an importer, exporter, and just be an agent of a foreign multinational that's going to import poverty into your country and export jobs. I don't know if you understand my point. So these people, it is not that how will I put it? They are basically, as in, they don't have that. They are not true capitalists. Let me put it that way. It's not really money they
I don't
want.
think it's capitalism.
So now let me use Dangote as an example. I don't know how old everybody is in this, but I know as long as you remembered, as long as you can remember, Dangote has been producing cement, right?
Yep.
Has cement ever gotten cheaper since Dangote was producing cement? Is it not in his long-term interest to look for ways to make cement as cheap as possible for the average Nigerian, so that everybody can afford it, build houses, build offices? And as I did the analogy for you with
What are you trying
Andrew
to do?
Carnegie.
Are you trying to spoil Dangote's business? Dangote has hired on average 1,000 people now, so it's helping the Nigerian economy. What are you saying?
Bro, that's not that's not what he's getting to. That's not his point. That's not his point.
Bro. My point is that all these are business and political elite. They are basically parasites, bro. All of them. Look, not everybody is completely bad and not everybody is completely good. I give Dangote his kudos, but my point is that our business and political elite are not nation builders, not even nation builders from the sense of loving their people, but they don't have the foresight to realize that if they do it a different way, they will make way more money than they are making now. So think about it now. They don't literally innovate. Look, think about it. Let me land, please, before you finish. So listen now, assuming now Dangote has been producing cement for a very long time. If I don't know if any of you has ever studied economics, you know, a market is not the number, a market is not like the quantum of the number of people in a geographical location. It is their purchasing power that matters. That's what makes a market. That's why there's a difference between a need and a want. So now, if you are a true capitalist, as Dangote claims to be, you've been producing cement all this while. If you had instituted these policies to increase the productive capacity of the people around you, the people in your locale, as a true capitalist, you should not want to be producing cement until the end of your life. At this stage in time, Dangote should have been producing vehicles in this country. Do you understand my point? And when he starts producing vehicles, if he did not invest in the people that were able to afford his cement and build businesses and everything, once he starts producing the vehicles and the smartphones or the laptops, the people are not going to be able to afford it. I don't know if you understand my reasoning.
That was the question I wanted to ask, right? How many cars right now do we have in Nigeria? Nigerian car companies?
None.
Of assemblies. They don't
none. No, we have Innocent. It's a Nigerian car company, right?
No, nobody should tell me about Innocent because we do not produce steel.
No, we don't produce steel.
If you do not produce steel, there's no such thing as made in Nigeria.
It's not us. We're importing all the products. All the
Nigerian car company, right? I'm not talking about manufacturing. I'm just talking about being a Nigerian car company. We have Innocent. We have Nord, right?
Okay.
How many car companies in Nigeria have created starter cars?
Are created
like basic cars for average people.
Exactly. I don't think anyone. Luxury cars.
Anybody old enough? You remember Toyota Tercel, or you know, Honda, those Those are
The
starter
Taurus,
cars.
basic
Those
family
are
car. Anybody can get into it.
that means
Reasonable
you
price
just
point.
graduate university, you got your first job. That's the car
Yeah.
you can afford, brand new. It's a
Yes.
starter car.
Mhm.
If Innoson right now is our Nord, instead of thinking big, if any one of them makes, Nord can make a starter car, Innocent can make a starter wagon like this Volkswagen. Starter that you can cheap customize from the inside. Bro, the thing about it is the average white man, white billionaire, will give $500 million for his race. The black billionaire will not give $10 million for his race.
That's
We've
my
seen
point. That's my point.
We've seen it. It's
And
the
these
mindset
people,
we have. So that's why,
no,
I don't know if you hear earlier when I said everything I'm trying to do is media aimed at children from birth to age 5.
yes, yeah,
Hey, I make a free YouTube channel for kids and I write books. That's what I do.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
where you saw me.
Because
That's where I was at today. I was selling books today. I sell Yoruba books. I sell English books. I make a YouTube channel. I teach Yoruba. That's what I do. That's my contribution.
sorry, I think one of the most important
So
things we
how
can.
now the question we should be, that's what I'm saying. So we shouldn't find like a portal or a platform, right? I had this idea for a minute. I said, look, there's got to be someone who can build an app like Netflix. Build one
yeah.
for free. Find animators, cartoons, black animation for Africans, black Yoruba cartoons,
I
Yoruba
have a
this,
Yoruba
color.
channel.
Let's all pull it on that website, on that app. And very importantly, let your app, at least for the first decade, let it be free. You want as many people on there as possible. You want to go after the ones we're trying to grab. The minds we're trying to grab are the ones at the lowest echelon of society. They cannot afford this. It needs to be free. The revenue sharing, all the, what do you call them? All the people who put their product, all the artists who put their products on the website, on the app, revenue sharing comes from ads. We'll share revenue. So for the first few years, you have to give up your sweat for your people.
Yes.
Well,
Why
personally
don't we have those? Where are they? Why don't we have these networks?
Personally speaking, I don't even.
No, you're doing yours individually. Why isn't there a network? White people would have done this shit a long time ago. Asians would have. Why do we not do this?
No, but Mr. Bago, you have to understand. You have to understand that
Nigerian culture is exported out now.
Our
Especially
economic
how much
situation
Nigeria
with
is
the
poor
average
right
white
now.
person is different.
It's not even about that.
It's not about economics. It's about mindset. Like we all just completely agreed right now. There's a little Ethiopia in America. We have little Brazil. We have Koreatown. We have Chinatown. Everywhere you go, like there should be Niger Town, Lagos Town, whatever we want to call it. Where when you go there, everyone that lives in that neighborhood is Nigerian. Why don't we have that unity?
Mr. Issa, as long as
another problem again we have
as long as you are not doing anything about the leadership, all these things that you are suggesting, the elite to just take over it and look for a way to use it to oppress the people. I've even said it. Even if Jesus comes down, as long as you are not fighting Nigeria, as long as you are not fighting corruption, Jesus will not change Nigeria. Nobody's changing Nigeria. Nothing. If you like, bring all the policy, bring all this. If you are not fighting the leadership, you are not. I'm never going to try to do anything for Nigeria.
Do you think that Nigeria can rise
I'm not
up?
going to waste your time. You are going to waste your time. You are going to waste your effort. You are going to waste your fortune.
That will never be my mentality. Unfortunately, I will never have that mentality.
All right.
God bless you. I'm with you, my brother. I can't have that mentality because that means I'm giving up.
I can never have that mentality.
I think it all boils down to the right step.
Nobody is stopping you. But
I think I understand what Paul is saying.
You see all those people that invested in Lagos, where they thought was the safest place. When the Bumai came and scattered everything within a few days, his body that told them. People would have warned them before, but they would have thought it's unbelievable. If you do not fight the people at the top, all your effort will go to nothing. If not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, next year. But it is surely coming. Either you face it or your children will face it or the next generation. Don't fight that leadership. If you like, try to do corner. If you like, try to do let's start from this one. As long as you are not fighting them, keep on wasting your life and your time.
But if you think
But we
about
need
it, that's fighting them too.
don't we need
If
the
you
power
think
to
about
fight
it,
them?
You
It's
don't
not really
need,
fight.
you don't want to fight them. You guys
I
don't
agree
want
with
to fight
Solly.
them. You're always trying to go through
I
the
won't say
corner.
much
You never want to
because
look
I
them
mean
in the
it's
face and
understandable
fight them.
that you're
You're always
venting.
making
So
excuses, always trying to do this method, everything but looking at these guys in the
It's
face.
like
Everything
building
you
on
want to do
quicksand.
everything but looking at them. But if it
I
is your
like
It's
that
like
choice,
building
building
on
your
you
house
will
on
not
quicksand.
go through the
quicksand.
corner.
It's doomed at
You
the
will
at
be
the
a
end.
man. You will not go through the corner. That is what baffles me. You will never go through the corner through people that you believe are less than you. You will face them directly. You will call your own neighborhood. You will do jungle justice against them. But every time it's about our leadership, you want to try this one, you want to try that one, you want to go through this way, you want to go underneath, you want to try this one. Why can't you just look them in the eye? They are not gods. One gunshot and they are gone.
But
They
I
are
mean,
not
we still
gods.
need organizations to do that now, don't
You
you?
don't need. You
Yes.
don't need
You don't need
organization.
organization. That's what I'm saying.
All these
The moment you
excuses.
try to
No.
organize,
God help us. God help us.
Okay, the problem with organize, I agree with the one point that the moment you try to, the moment you have an organization with a head, they have somebody to target. They have
God
like,
bless
it's
you,
like
my
they'll
brother.
try to take off the head of the snake,
cannot be
kind of thing.
organized.
What you need is
So Solis,
a leaderless movement.
so
Yes, a
what you're talking about
decentralized
is like
structure.
is it like
A leaderless movement.
a violent
GTC
revolution
America
or
and
something? That's what
Luigi.
you're
Can I
saying.
ask this question?
Which what
Why is it easy for you guys to face your house girl and it is so hard for you to face these guys? Why? Why?
Me ask girl.
Oh no,
I
like
don't
Because
ask.
Solly, I'm trying to
I
even better
know how you
understand.
treat your house girls. I know how you treat your gate men. I know. If that gate man tomorrow should
Immune.
steal, if that gate man should steal your state money, you respect him overnight.
Wait. So you're saying now that if plenty Nigerians now should march into Aso Rock or maybe House of Rep or that kind of thing,
You don't. You
and,
don't.
Yeah.
and
You see. You see.
massacre all those people.
These people live the same daily lives as you. You get. If somebody does not know where danger is coming from, you don't need to talk to each other. You just need to stop taking the bullshit. If you have the opportunity, take it. How was Abacha taken out? Do you think if people feared Abacha, you will not still be ruling Nigeria now? They had to face him head on. They had to look him in the face and take him out. Do you know who took him out? Do you know till today? Do you know? You don't know.
They said it was tea now. They said it was tea. They put poison in his tea now. But that was the two. That was the story we were told we were children. Is they put something in his
Is
tea? I be
no be
on
apple
fly.
again, no
Let
be
me tell you
apple.
something. Let me tell you something. People that took out Abacha are enjoying the rewards of it till today. You want to enjoy the rewards, but you don't want to do anything.
So if our political class is taken out, the outside world can't intervene or something. It's not possible for that to happen. For the
If your
West, the outside world to
political,
intervene.
No, they're not going to. Because look at Eritrea. Eritrea right now is slowly becoming like North Korea. Eritrea pulled out of the World Cup because they're afraid that when they go to the World Cup, all their players are going to run away.
No. Wow, okay.
Seriously, that's why
yes.
Nigeria has a chance of qualifying in the World Cup, because Eritrea pulled out. Because the president right now, Eritrea, you cannot leave Eritrea. That's what they're going to turn America. I believe 100% that's what America is going to turn into after the World Cup. After the World Cup, the Iron Curtain is going to come down. You can't leave America.
Because honestly speaking, of all the solutions, Solly is making a lot of sense.
because me, I'm
I won't
tired
even
of
lie.
waiting. I'm just waiting for you guys to
Like I said,
realize.
there's only one way in history that we have seen people become free. Only one way through history, and it's violence.
Yeah, no doubt
And you're
about
saying
that,
we
bro.
don't need the people. A certain number of people can actually accomplish this thing.
Wait, did anybody pay attention to what happened in Nepal?
Yeah.
Do you know how they killed the former prime minister's wife?
They ran her out. Yeah.
They went into her house and burnt her alive.
They took over their palace.
I saw a kid with a Richard Milley. I'm sitting there
Yo,
looking like, oh my God, he doesn't even
them
know
niggas
what
were
the
swimming in their pool. They were swimming in that nigga's pool.
Milley is a $250,000 wristwatch.
They didn't understand. They don't know.
I'm looking like, what? This kid doesn't know what he has.
Mr. Issa, when Nigerians say they like money, I don't used to believe them. When they say that they like power, I don't used to believe them. It's a lie. You don't like money. You don't like money. If you like money, you will take these people out and
They
you will
like
never be poor again.
they like oppression.
You don't like money. You like
I
suffering.
just,
We
But
have
you
a
I
lot
know,
of
don't know.
benefits in
you
I
know,
have an
Nigeria.
has
opinion.
any one of you ever heard of the CIA memo that was released that that said basically they needed to push more religion onto Nigerians?
No.
Anybody ever heard about it? It was sometime
No.
last year or 2 years ago. There was a CIA memo that got leaked, and in it, it showed that they need to push more religion on Nigerians.
I hope DSS will not look for us
Can
after
somebody
this.
tell me can somebody tell me the total amount of money that has been looted from Nigeria altogether?
It's in trillions. Though.
And they say Nigeria is poor.
Okay.
guys,
Every dollar
I'm
that goes
sorry. I'm sorry.
every dollar
I'm
that
sorry.
comes into Africa, 49 leaves Africa.
See,
I'm
the,
sorry,
Every
guys.
dollar
Did
that
you?
comes in, 49 goes out.
the amount of money that has been looted out of Nigeria will crumble many countries. The countries
Oh
will not,
yeah, I heard that.
but Nigeria is still standing and they are still looting it.
Because we have
Guys, did you hear about something Shore said I can't remember, a while ago. He was like, when, and he used the word when. He was like, when he becomes president, he's going to open a museum of looters. And they'll put the picture of all the people that have stolen Nigeria's money with the amount of money under the picture.
Honestly,
I think that's a fantastic
That is
idea.
a
their heads should be on
fantastic
stakes.
idea.
And you know,
Their heads
yes,
should be on stakes.
following that, there was
Well,
somebody that
I go,
said
that's
something
not gonna
that,
change shit. If I don't
yeah,
get
I
shame,
know.
I'll come and post
Yeah,
next
I'm
week
just,
They'll just be like,
Lambo.
yeah, they just know
I'll
who to
come and
yeah,
beg
I'm
post
just,
from.
next week
They just know
Lambo.
who to
Like,
beg.
bro, I
Honestly
don't get
speaking,
shame.
yeah,
Nothing they happen.
for
Now only
yeah,
Nigeria,
of
person will get
course.
shame when you feel shame that we use that on. If I don't get shame, I will call my Lamborghini, pose under my name. You say Issa Bako, $30 billion. I'll pose with my Lamborghini, like, and I'll post it for you guys online, and they'll be saying, oh God, me, yes, sir, thank you.
yeah,
Bros, bros,
I honestly
bros.
think that
Forex.
these evil politicians they should be made example
Mhm.
of. Instead of pictures, maybe all of them, their heads should be on stakes. Then the coming
Thank
generation,
you.
then the
Old
coming
school.
generation, the
Solution to
coming
Nigeria, the
generation from the age
solution
of
is it
No,
has
no,
always
wait,
been
wait, the
bro.
coming
violence.
generation from the age of nine,
Guys,
10,
do
they
you
will
know
have
what
a
we are
discussion
supposed
where
to
we will
do?
drive the coming generation to a certain
Do
field in
you,
Nigeria and show them
do you
that
know?
this will be your fate if you betray your country. So that they will have that ingrained in. Honestly speaking, like that's not even a bad idea at all.
I
Because
even
bro,
have a
bro,
view now.
these guys,
do you
these
know?
are
I believe that.
Do you know what we need to do? You know, King Leopold, bah? We need to go and exhume him and come and display him in one of our museums here in Africa. The way they are doing to our ancestors in Egypt. I think that would be a very good idea.
We never chop here, finish. You want go Belgium, go carry King Leopold.
I won't tire. I want it to pass.
but honestly speaking,
Wakanda, bro, Wakanda.
After
I
the whole
want it
don't share
to
one plate of
pass.
rice, we don't get energy to carry King Leopold.
I swear.
when it
So
when it
we
comes to solving
also,
our
I wanted to say,
problems,
I didn't realize it, but is there a possibility that all these videos with being might get you guys in trouble, whoever is in Naija?
Of course, there's a huge
Oh, there's a
possibility.
possibility. Oh, there's a possibility. Gotta be
Well,
careful.
yeah, we gotta
Yeah, so with
tone it down.
DSS and DSS, the way
Yeah.
they need to find, you need to look for
Yeah.
people on YouTube, but the
Yeah.
kidnappers, we don't know
Yeah, I
whether
used
they're
to see
using
there's
special
this lady
machine.
that she posted something about some government lady like this. They now posted her address online. They found her where she worked, all she said was they didn't do this for her. They found her, they harassed her. She now begged the government. They almost arrested this lady. So even what's the
Yeah,
name?
but
VGM,
Yeah.
everybody, you post at your own peril, Neil. You
Oh,
post at your own peril.
bro, I have made videos telling Americans to go and find Senator Ted Cruz and kill his daughter. Bro, you should have seen me last year when I was on TikTok. I
You
was
was
an
on some
insane
wild
radical,
shit.
man. Last year it was insane.
This
yo,
nigga.
bro, how many of your accounts have been taken down across all
I was
social
gonna
media?
say, like,
Because
how often do
you
you
are a
get banned,
legend, bro.
nigga?
You are a legend when
This
it
year,
comes to that.
this year alone, This year alone, I'm on my 10th account.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I do not have that type of patience or fucking. If after the first one, I'm like, nigga, I don't want to hear shit then.
Well, the thing is, for some reason,
Fuck you, niggas.
I'm pretty good at building a platform. Like, I found I'm pretty good at building a platform. So most people, like, it takes me 2 weeks to get 10,000 followers. I don't know how
Yeah, bro, I saw.
Nigga, it's because you say the most controversial shit online.
Yeah, and I heard about the Almajiri. I heard about your solution to the Almajiri thing, and I was like, this nigga, fuck.
Listen, every governor that has tried, every president that has tried to fix this issue has been met with opposition.
Same roadblock. Yes.
Every
yes,
single
absolutely.
one. The reason is because
Absolutely.
in every country you go to, the biggest voting bloc are the most uneducated class.
Yes.
And you have
Yes.
one imam has at least 20 to 25,000 men that he can call on that have gone through his system. That if he tells them vote for Ibrahim Jimo, 20,000 guaranteed votes for Ibrahim
They
Jimo.
will vote twice if they could.
Vote.
They will guarantee. So now, in one neighborhood alone, there might be 2 to 3 in Kano. You go, you one neighborhood, you see 2 to 3 schools, Al-Majri schools. That school alone, between those three schools is at least 100,000 fighting men, age men, and voting age men. If we want to go older, all the way older, that's at least 250,000 votes between those three. So you think those southern governors are not using them?
No,
You know how many
absolutely.
go there for truck? They go Abia to go and vote. Do you know how many Almajiris go to the east to go and vote? I have seen this with my own 2 eyes. They will load them up. They will go to east and vote, and they will send them back to the north. Nobody in the system wants to. They'll have people that will come and try. So the only way to fix that Almajiri system is simple. Come up and
buy all of them.
It's simple. I want to have a discussion. We need to Almajiri. You've been great. We're going to do funding for the Almajiri imams in Abuja. We'll invite all of them. National Eagle Square. Make them fool for them.
After
that, you put troops on the street with 240 Golf, that heavy machine gun. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this. I used to be in the Marines, so I know a lot about guns and military too. So put a 240 fucking Golf and sit that shit on a Humvee when they come out in protest. After 2 days of that shit, I guarantee you, nobody's coming out again. And I guarantee you, after that shit, you will not find any Almajiri on the streets anymore. And I'm not saying stop Islamic school. No, go open up an orphanage, right? Teach them the Islamic school. Teach them coding. Teach them machinery. Teach them farming. Teach them. Like, do you understand right now, Nigeria has decided they're going to move JAMB results online. How many Hausa boys do you know right now can use computer?
I swear, bro.
How many Arewa Northerners are going to get affected the most by this because we're the least computer savvy literate people in Nigeria? So how many Hausas right now are all basically fucked because of this JAMB, everything going online?
Yeah. The most annoying thing, say, most of the governors,
testing a fish by his ability to climb a tree. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's really sad.
Most of the governors say the children are outside. They're outside the country. They're not even in the country. They're schooling outside the country.
Wait, before now, my pop, now here born me. My father was the captain when I was being second lieutenant when I was born here. The guy never knew what it would be for life. So
our political
I was here before. Don't even have money carry me come here. I hear them born me. Nah.
So I want to ask a question. Right?
I wasn't born.
Their children are equally as terrible as them.
Yeah, sometimes even worse.
Even there's almost like they teach them that's
entitlement, bro.
Entitlement, hatred.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a comment in one of my videos where a kid was like, my father was a police officer and his job was protecting one of these, like he was a police officer who was protecting one of these politicians. And he goes, my father's retired now. And I'm looking at every day I go home, I look at him and I say, you are defending the people that are destroying our country. And I'm like, that if I had to give shit to any demographic, right, it would be the security class. You have them right there. You already have the guns, and you're seeing the wealth every day, and it's not touching you. And yet you're still sat.
No, the thing is, they give them just enough to keep them at arm's length.
Let me
Just enough so that they don't revolt.
I agree with you. You see, you go to Lagos, do you know the people doing Okada business? Nigerians. They are doing Okada business in Lagos. So don't say they are giving them just enough. I said Nigerians only know how to punch down. They have fun. They have everything. See, if it's an house girl, they will beat the house girl mercilessly. But if you spend their money, they will create a shrine for you and start worshiping you. That's how it is. I don't know why.
I don't get it. I don't get that. I don't get that mentality.
Uncle once showed me that if you
They have gone, but they would rather do Okada work than fight for their money.
If you show an African man,
maybe they've convinced themselves that they're not the ones that own the property now. They've convinced them that they don't own them anything.
If you
Me,
show
I
the
cannot
average
have
African
fun
man,
and I'll be living like that. Bro. That is just me. Somebody like me, they cannot give me gun in Nigeria. Mark Pagobo, everybody.
Everybody, my brother.
They'll say you're a rogue. They'll say you're a rogue now.
I know that Nigeria had you could buy a gun in Nigeria up until a few years ago. I know, but the restrictions were incredibly hard. But now you can't even access it. Now it's banned totally. Up until like 10 years ago in Nigeria, you could go buy a gun.
Yeah, I know my dad owned several guns when I was growing up.
But at least we had that option to go and get a gun 10 years ago in Nigeria. Now that option is not there.
Yeah. They're trying to quash any semblance, any idea, any opportunity for rebellion, resistance, anything will be quashed.
But it's not even about rebellion. See, with the mic, I don't think if Nigerians have guns right now as en masse as a nation, I don't even think there's still going to be a rebellion. But I just think
the mentality isn't there.
Yeah, I think what it's going to do is bring in a safer society. Because in every society where people are armed,
Texas is a good example.
Less violence.
Niggas do not fuck around because you're gonna get shot. You don't know who has a gun.
You don't. It's nobody. They start fight for Texas because you don't know who's carrying.
You know, everybody. Oh, listen, I went to just an event of the other day. I was like, do you guys hire security? I said, who's security? There were no less than 15 people, sidearms. You can see them. One of them rifle. They're just hanging around, walking around. You know, it's not like they're doing anything. But that's the mentality here. Is you're not going to tread on me, and my right to bear arms will not be infringed upon. We don't have that mentality
in America. I've said it. I 100% believe it has nothing to do with the government. It has nothing to do with tyranny. It's all about making sure when Black Americans rise to seek vengeance for slavery, white people have a way to defend themselves.
Oh yeah,
100%.
South Africa too. That's why Black Americans and Black South Africans are the only two group of Black people in this world that have the right to bear arms. They're the only two who have lived and have been brutalized by white people. So the white people have made sure they have access to weapons. And by default, the Blacks have access to it too. But the whole point is white South Africans and white Americans, the whole reason they have guns is if South Africans rise for vengeance or Black Americans rise for vengeance, they need to make sure there's a way to defend themselves.
Paranoia, bro. Paranoia.
I don't know if anyone here has like we both friends, but sometimes if you're discussing with them, they'll be asking you what you feel about colonialism. Remember,
I've never been around one close enough to give him that opening to ask me about colonialism.
I always tell them the truth, though. And it always makes them very uncomfortable. And they don't even want to continue the conversation. But me, I continue the conversation, no. I continue it until they don't want to talk to me again.
I was radical last year on TikTok, so I talked about colonialism a lot. And one of the things I spoke about, there's a video still, I just saw it on Twitter earlier. One of the things I spoke about, if you look up Global Fertility Index 2020 through 2024, you'll see one very important thing. You see that there's only one group of people on this planet who are having enough babies to sustain their population, and that is Africa. White Americans realize that they're not having enough babies to sustain their population. That's why they're pushing interracial relationships hard in America. But
China,
the reason I'm saying that is when I was doing my radical shit, I used to speak out a lot. I'll bring that up and I'll say, you remember when you enslaved us? Don't worry. In 50 years, when we're 3 times your numbers, you're going to know what slavery is. We're going to teach all our children what you did, the brutality, and we're going to bring it back. That's why right now, the white population, Bill Gates has brought an 8-year contraceptive to Africa to stop us from having children. Everyone understands there's a bigger issue out there except us. Everyone understands global, like Africans have no idea what's going on in the world. To find out there are Nigerians that don't even know there's a war in Sudan.
Yikes.
Yeah, Africans are really ignorant, and you see that a lot.
There are
in comments
Nigerians
sections
that
of the
don't know
internet.
there's a war in Sudan. Do you understand how insane that is?
That's crazy.
President is.
Nigeria don't even know what is all going on in
There
their
are
own country,
Nigerians
sef, except it happens to them.
that were said, Charlie Cake. I said, there's one of my friends that posted him, and I was like, are you a madman?
Are
This
you
person that
crazy?
hates you, this man that wants to. I say, now Africans are very, very when it comes to
One
ignorance,
kind,
the
one
most
kind.
ignorant
I
people
always
on this
think it's
planet
so. If I
are
see a
Africans.
Nigerian person supporting Trump, I think it's so weird.
I don't blame us because a lot of it comes down to our education system.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one. Two, a lot of these, one thing no one wants to admit, I guess not, see, they talk about Islamic this, Islamic that, Islamic violence, no one ever wants to admit that there's a massive Christian religious psychosis going on. That's what you see.
Fundamentalism.
MAGA, Donald Trump's crew, his whole the religious psychosis. That's the same reason why you see Charlie Kirk get up and say, let's bring back slavery. Let's take their rights away, and he'll die, and you stand up and do vigil for him. It's religious psychosis. Those people are absolutely no different from the Al-Qaeda. The only difference is they don't have the guns. They're the same thing, religious psychosis. All right. So in like 4 minutes, we're gonna wrap this up. So I guess anyone have any finishing or closing statements?
Yeah, I got one thing to say, man. Man, this was cathartic. I don't know if this was very, very awesome. I appreciate you putting this together. It's funny because I stumbled onto your videos like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, yo, I talked to my dad just the way this nigga talks. Like I talked to my dad just because my entire family lives in Nigeria. I live in America. And whenever I go back home and when they're asking for money, I'm like, we are the one playing into this. If we don't give them money, there will not be anything. My dad will say, hey, you don't live here, you don't live here, you don't live here. And I said, you are part of the problem. And we have arguments constantly. So it's good to know that there are people out there that think like I'm not crazy. I'm not a fucking madman for thinking we're enabling these fucking people to fucking use us, abuse us fucking constantly. Like if we keep letting this shit ride, keep letting it go the same fucking way it's been, our children's children will be dealing with the same shit. Something has to change, and I appreciate you for even allowing us to have this conversation. This conversation might get a lot of us banned, a couple of us banned, but I think it's something that we had and commended. And if you guys are here for it, man, whenever you guys are doing this again, I'd love to hop in, man. Appreciate you guys doing this. That's my little
I'm
time.
gonna make it every Saturday. Just every Saturday.
Yeah, man, that's nice.
All right, man. Cheers. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all, man. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, buy a book. Subscribe, man. Appreciate. Hey, subscribe to him too.
Put your YouTube in the main chat.
I put it in this chat. It might not be in the main chat. I put the YouTube and then the Amazon. So if you go to Amazon, you can order the books anywhere on the planet. I've got like 80 or almost 90 books right now that I've written, and I'm just going out there and selling them every single weekend, man. That's what I do. I push the Yoruba books. I push the English books. I push the Yoruba channel. I push the English channel. I did it so that my children can learn Yoruba, about our heritage, about our history, and that's what I do. I teach part-time, and this is what I do. This is my passion. So, it was lovely to meet you all, man, and I hope you guys have a fantastic week.
Thank you very much, and you too, brother. Cheers. Anybody else?
Okay, for me, I would say that this has been a very um, interesting discussion between everyone, and just sitting and listening to everybody, you can tell that there's frustration, there is eagerness for us to like grow as a country, no matter wherever you are. If you're in abroad, you realize there's something missing. It can never be like if you're in Nigeria and things are working properly, and I think that alone it's enough for us to come together and find a way to make things work. If it's to get involved into government, if it's to be strategic, honestly. And yeah, if this will be happening every Saturday, trust me, I'll be here. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, when I used to do last year on TikTok, I did lives a lot, and there was one question that I basically asked. It was three questions that I asked people, and that's going to be the topic next week. Basically, it's basically this: what is a problem that you had identified in your community where you live, your community? A problem that you can solve, not some shit that requires you to go talk to a lawyer or you need to go vote. What is a problem that you have identified that you can solve? The next question is, how do you intend to solve it? What is a problem in your community that you've seen that you can solve? Next question is, how do you intend to solve it? And then the third is, when do you intend to implement it? When I did that, believe it or not, that you would hear some of the crazy, when I say craziest answers that you didn't even think you could. Like, I had this guy come on and say how he just noticed a lot of kids in his neighborhood were cursing a lot. And he noticed they were picking it up from the adults. So he went around, tried to talk to adults like, yo, can we curse less? And he thought, people were going to give him shit. But for some reason, people were like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And just like that, everyone started cursing less, and he noticed that the kids in the neighborhood started cursing less. They started having less dirty mouth. So it's just the little things. It could be trash in your neighborhood. It's just, at some point, we have to put in effort. We cannot blame politicians when the streets in our house is full of what do you call it, pure water bags.
I blame them.
The politicians, they were not the ones dumping the pure water bag in front of the house.
We are supposed to create a system to look. We can't. People always do rubbish. You are meant to be a leader. What is your job as a leader? Fix problems. Look at the nonsense that people are doing and create a forced system that allows them to do the right thing. I'm not going to be expecting the average citizen to do the right thing. I want you to create a system that forces them to do the right thing. That's it. Or else, why are you my leader? Get the fuck out of there. You're not solving any problems. You can't be blaming the people all the time. I'm tired of doing that shit. I go to every country. The citizens are not good. They are just forced to be good. They are not good.
All right.
Honestly,
So thank you very much, everyone. I guess great stream. So hopefully I will see you guys again next Saturday. Yeah. Cheers, and y'all can have a good night.
All right. Yeah. Peace.
Good night.